shoot, I didn't make a new one. Frick. It's okay, I'll work on that today. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. We're just going to put that there for now. Oh, I'm so glad you had fun at Wicked. Wicked is so good. Ugh. Guys. Oh no. The entire brand of like the Dayquils, the NyQuils, all of that, disgusting. Disgusting. I can't do it. I don't think it's strep anymore, Finn. I think at this point it is just my allergies because it's like I'm just congested all over. I don't have a fever. Nothing like that. So, I don't know. Oh no, let's see. Oh, it's okay. Theraflu hot teas to make a hot toddy. Woke up feeling great 18 hours later. I may have to try that. Oh, that sounds horrendous, Finn. All right, guys, let's tap the screen, share the live, do all of the good things. How is our new setup looking? Are we good? The setup is so different. Do we like it? Do we hate it? My camera sucks, so it might be my camera being blurry. Love it. Everything is shifted up. Hold on, let me check it out. Because I used the preview option on. Okay. So let's see. Here we go. We're going to make me just a smidgen smaller. Okay, we're going to move this down. Oop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Earl says green app. Earl, thank you for the $20. For Get Some Claritin, take it daily. I absolutely will. Thank you so much for starting the goal off today. I appreciate you always, Earl. Good morning, looking upwards. Okay, let's see how we're looking. How we looking, chat? Because on my end, it looks pretty good. Down a touch more, and we can barely read fair use under protected under. Oh, I need to change the color of that then. Okay. Let me see what I can find. I had so many different projects open working on it yesterday. I can't remember where my finished one was. Shit. Why do I do this to myself? We just started, RJ. We'll see if we can get in there, though. Let's see. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. Wasn't Smitty just in there? What happened to Smitty? All right. Give me just a second. Looks like we may have some people in the queue. All right. Hi, Patrick.
Yo, what's
Are you
up?
supporter?
Yeah, we were talking yesterday, and I was hoping we
Hold
could
on.
finish our
There
conversation.
you go. Well, why did I boot you yesterday, Patrick? Let's be so honest about it.
You were talking about how evil Israel is when I was talking about how Palestine harms people with their sexuality.
Mm-hmm. And I
I'm
agreed
just
with
saying,
you,
why would you?
right? But hold on, time out, Patrick. Time out. Let's not start doing the over talking thing.
I gotcha, I
Okay?
gotcha.
Nope. You don't have to say I gotcha. You could just zip your lip, right? So I'm on the same plane in my beliefs, whereas you guys are hypocrites, right? And the reason why I say that is because people say all the time, does Israel have a right to exist? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care if Israel exists. Does Palestine have a right to exist? Absolutely they do. Whereas here you vote for the party that wants to kill women instead of giving them access to healthcare because you guys believe all babies should be born. All babies have a right to live, but you're perfectly fine with Israel killing children in Palestine because of what? I'm not the hypocritical one here. You are.
But Palestine will kill man and woman if they're part of the LGBTQ.
Is that relevant to the hypocrisy point?
Well, it kind of is because you just said that we want girls to die. We don't want people to be unalive. We don't want
But
that.
women are dying right now, and you would still write legislation against women's health care because you believe all fetuses have the right to life, correct?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay, so here, how about this? I'm gonna give you a question. There's
I
no
gotcha.
wrong
Okay.
answer. There's no wrong answer in this question. It's not a gotcha moment. Depending on what answer you give me, I have a solution to end all abortions. Okay?
Sweet. Okay.
All right. So in this scenario, there's two groups of people. There are people that can get pregnant, and there are people who get people pregnant. Okay? So one group of people admittedly uses contraceptive and birth control 80% of the time. So that way they don't have to worry about getting pregnant, and they don't have to worry about either becoming a parent or having the conversation of abortion. The other group of people admittedly uses the same contraceptive and birth control only 30% of the time. So if we were to write legislation against either group of people, should it be the people trying to be responsible or the people being irresponsible?
That's it. I don't know because I don't know how you would monitor who's. How would you know if they're being responsible or not?
I have a solution.
Gotcha. Okay.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter
Okay.
how we know they're being
That's fine.
responsible, right? So this is a survey done on all of the people in this country.
I
right?
gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So 80% admittedly use contraceptive or birth control. 30% of the other admittedly use contraceptive or birth control. If we were to write legislation that ends all abortion, okay, we wouldn't have to monitor whether people are using contraceptive or birth control anymore because my solution ends all abortion on either end. Should it be the 80% or the 30%?
Should be the 30%.
So vasectomies for all men. Wonderful. I'm glad you agree.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I'm Jewish, so
What does that have to do with a vasectomy?
I support that stuff. So
most people support vasectomies. Do you support giving a vasectomy to every male in this country when they hit puberty?
I mean it's our choice. So
No. I'm not talking about it being your choice anymore. I'm talking about writing legislation that says by law, when you hit puberty, you have to have a vasectomy.
I want to say so. No.
Why not?
Because I think I wouldn't want to think that they would want to do that.
Why not? It ends all abortions. We no longer have to worry about unwanted pregnancies anymore. And whenever you are ready to have a child with your partner, you just go to the doctor and you have it reversed, or you have some of your swimmers removed from your body and placed inside of hers. No problem. You have zero issue having a baby after that fact. So why not?
Yeah, I agree with you. I just it's that bad of idea.
Yeah, so we should start calling our elected officials and letting them know that we want legislation written to give vasectomies to all men.
So you want this to be by the states or a national thing? So you want like
I want this on a federal level. Every
okay.
boy in this country, once they hit puberty, gets a vasectomy.
I feel that it should be up to the states, but okay.
So at what point does the federal government step in if the states start abusing their rights?
I don't know. You tell me.
What do you mean? I
Uh,
tell you. So
well,
so
I, I feel.
here's why I don't think it should be left up to the states, right? Because right now with the overturn of Roe v. Wade, giving the abortion rights back to the states, the majority of states have not given their constituents the right to vote on what they want, right? Instead, these trigger laws went into place, and that's because multiple states don't have citizen-led initiatives or ballot initiatives by citizens. It has to be done on our state level, right? So, like,
Yeah.
that's wrong within itself. So now, because of that, women are dying. Do you not think
Gotcha.
when the constituents start dying because the states are abusing their power, the federal government should step in and be like, hey, you can't just kill your people?
Yeah. Sure. I just don't know how they're dying. Like they can't do a C-section or something. Like
Adriana Smith was declared brain dead at 8 weeks pregnant when she went to an emergency room. She was no longer
8 weeks.
on this earth.
Oh.
Right? But because that fetus had a heartbeat, the state of Georgia told her family legally they had to keep her alive. They had no choice. So they left Adriana Smith on life support for 5 months before exhuming a fetus from her corpse.
Did the baby live?
He spent a year in the NICU. He finally got to go home this March on oxygen. Nobody knows what his quality of life is like. And now the family is burdened with a medically complex child, with Adriana Smith's firstborn child that already existed on this world, plus all of the medical bills
How did she get
of
pregnant?
Adriana being on life support. I think that's irrelevant to this conversation.
Oh, yeah. So I was just curious.
The relevancy to this conversation is the fact that the government overstepped their boundaries and left a woman as a human incubator instead of allowing her next of kin to make
Was she
decisions
trying
for her.
to go to a different state and did an abortion, or like they can't like
She
travel to
was
like New
dead.
York? I know, but can't they just get the body and just like transport it to New York or something? Like before, when they said it had the heartbeat, when she was capable enough to go to Georgia.
You wanted the family to transport a corpse to
No.
another state.
So
That's
when
what
it
you're
first
saying.
happened. No, when they did the heartbeat.
When it first happened, she went to the doctor for headaches. She was told she was fine, to take some Tylenol, and to go home.
Sure.
Later on that evening, her boyfriend or fiance, I can't remember what his label was, could not get her to respond. He rushed her to the ER where she was declared brain dead. But they ran a scan on her and the fetus still had a heartbeat. So they hooked her up to machines that pumped her heart, that inflated her lungs, that kept her body like animatedly alive, technically, to cook a fetus.
Gotcha. You mind if I looked up this case? What was her name?
Adriana Smith.
Adriana Smith. I gotcha.
Georgia.
So this is a little. Oh, this was after Roe versus Wade. I gotcha.
This was literally last year. This whole time we've been talking about after Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
Women weren't dying before Roe versus Wade. Right? When Roe versus Wade was in place, women weren't dying. Now women are dying because these laws are either so narrowly written that the doctors are unsure how they can proceed, or they're like not written in a way that makes sense to a medical professional, so they're scared to proceed, right? So like Nevaeh Crane in Texas, 18-year-old, fully wanted her baby, right? She started bleeding. She went to a hospital. She was sent home. She went to a second hospital where she was diagnosed with sepsis and sent home. She went to a third hospital where they, at that point, they attempted to treat her because her organs were failing and her life needed to be saved. And she died anyway, because the life of the mother means that we have to actively be dying for them to try to save us.
Yeah, I'm reading about this right now, and it says that the Attorney General stated that the state law didn't require a brain dead woman on life support. It was just the medical experts, the hospital's extreme caution. That's what I'm reading.
Because of what I did. Brother, what did I just say to you about the
I'm
laws and why doctors are confused? What did I just say to you?
I feel like if you're a doctor, you should know the laws very well. It harms a young woman.
If you're a doctor, chat, you should also be a lawyer to know the laws very well.
Well, I think you should know I think you should know the hospital laws, like
so that you can know the law. But there's a difference in knowing the law and understanding the law, right? So hold on.
For example, I think you should know the rules. I gotcha.
Let's do this, okay? So we're gonna look up Georgia's abortion law, okay? Excuse me. We are going to look up the actual, like...
Yeah, I just came up to ask about your thoughts on... I just came up to ask about, Palestine harming gay people and if that was something you support, not abortion.
I do not care about your opinions when the Palestinian people right now are not harming anyone gay because they're being genocided.
No, they're like throwing them off roofs. It's pretty crazy.
Show me. Give me a source right now. Give me a source right now. Give me a... No, you have a computer in front of you. I heard you clickety-clacking. Google it. You don't get to speak anymore until you do. So nope. Let me know when you have a source.
Does Palestine support gay people?
You do not get to speak anymore until you have a source. Sorry, brother. I'm laying down a boundary. I've proven everything I've said to you. You haven't proven a single thing. You're trying to say this thing happens. They don't even have roofs to throw people off of right now. Have you not seen Gaza? It's demolished. Like, there's an active genocide. There are children eating sand and starving. Where?
It says right here.
Where? What is the headline? I have a computer. What's the headline?
It's the humanitytrust.org or something. Equal debt. LGBT rights in Palestine. I just searched that up.
Time out. Hold on. What? Stop.
It says you get 10 years in prison. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm going to
10 years in prison.
If you don't give the source, I'm going to boot you. 10.
I found one.
9.
I found one.
What is it?
Equal debts. Or just search up LGBT rights in Palestine.
I'm done. Have the day you deserve, Patrick. Zero source. Literally just saying things. So B says, who is over in Europe. They're also not being unalived for being gay. They're unalived because Israel forces them to spy on their family or they're going to out them. Hi, Bradley. What'd you say in the chat that got you invited up?
I didn't say anything in the chat. I requested up because I wanted to get your opinion. 46. Thanks. Want to get your opinion on the recent news that 2 black men going into the WNBA.
This is a silly thing, right? And the reason why this is a silly thing is because this, yet again, just proves the hypocrisy on the right. This was never about protecting women and in women's sports, right? Because if it were, you guys would bother to do just a single crumb of research to figure out that trans women are women and trans men are men and how they become that, right? Like medically speaking, right? Because they're just that way since birth. But now that these 2 jokers who couldn't make it in the actual NBA want to suddenly prove what a woman is, right? They're going to sign up for the WNBA and the right is cheering them on. Go break all those records, boys. Woo, buddy. And it's like, you guys don't actually care about women and women's sports. You guys are proving, imagine being so brainwashed, right? That people convince you that there are men and women's sports. So you go on this hate campaign and then they convince you that it's happening so exponentially that you actually put men in women's sports. That's crazy. You created your own problem.
Yeah, because I actually don't like the idea that they're going into WNBA. And I think it's ridiculous and it's going to be unfair. That just proves the point, though, that it's going to be unfair
Can
for
you
the
name
women
one?
that are.
Can you name one transgender athlete who has demolished any women's records?
I don't know very much about transgender.
But you care enough about to talk about it now?
Well, I personally just looked at that news and just thought it was a bad thing that they are going in there because they're just saying
Did you vote
that
for
they're.
Trump?
Yeah.
Was part of it because transgender people exist?
No, that's not why I voted for Trump. I don't have a problem with transgender people.
Okay, well then keep advocating against these two men who are trying to infiltrate women's sports just to be assholes.
I'm not advocating for it. I just
No, you're advocating against it. Keep doing that. That's a good thing.
Yeah. But personally, I guess there's that one case. I'm not saying that he dominated or anything, or she. Yeah, she. But the swimmer.
The swimmer tied for fifth. Tied for fifth place.
Yeah, and what place was he at? Or she? She, as when she was a man, what place did she get before that?
How is that relevant when, as a woman, 4 other women beat her?
Okay.
So what are we talking about?
The relevance is because she went from being like 400th place as a man to being 5th place
in one race, Bradley. To coming in 5th in one race. Bradley, do you play sports? You've got a hockey jersey on, it looks like. Do you play sports?
But I not anymore. I used to. I can't physically play them anymore.
When you used to play sports and someone did better than you, did your team try to kick them out? Did your league try to kick them out, or did you work harder?
I tried to work harder.
Okay, then the woman who is out there complaining about tying for 5th with a trans woman, what should she do?
All right.
Should she work harder, or should she go on national TV and start trying to kick trans people out of the sport? Because one person came in one race and tied with her one time.
Right.
Well, let me ask you something. Going back to basketball.
No. Answer my question first.
What was the question? Sorry.
Yeah, so you weren't listening. So the question is, what should that person who tied for 5th do? Yes, she should try harder. She should work harder. Exactly. Coming in 5th or tying for 5th place with someone in one race is not anything that is that weird, considering how few trans women are in sports in the first place, right? And it doesn't mean that trans women can never win a race or win a competition, right? Because everyone in the sport has the opportunity to do so. Because they work hard enough, right? So it's really not that big a deal. Now you want to jump back to the WNBA, and I need to correct you on one thing that you said. These two men are not going into the WNBA. They are trying to get into the WNBA. The WNBA still has not necessarily allowed them in, and they will still have to go through that process. Now, since we're on the WNBA, let me ask you, how many trans women play for the WNBA currently?
I don't know. Any?
Exactly. How many? Can you name like 4 women's sport WNBA teams?
I don't follow the WNBA.
Right, exactly. So you actually don't.
News, and I was kind of curious. Well, I just wanted your opinion. That's all.
No, you're
right. So they still will have to go through the vetting. There are currently no trans women playing in the WNBA. This is all just a show to get them attention because they couldn't. They suck.
Right. I also do want to add one little caveat here. So Leah Thomas, whenever she did compete in the men's division, in the 100 freestyle event, she was at 47.15, and now at the NCAA championship, she's at 47.37. So she actually got worse being a woman.
And actually, Bradley, do you know why that is? Why she got worse being a woman?
No.
Because cisgender women
have a biological advantage in swimming over transgender women. Okay, do you know what that is?
What's that?
Leg strength, lower body strength. Okay, cisgender women tend to develop naturally more lower body strength than cisgender men do. So when a trans woman comes into a sport like that, especially being on estrogen, right, especially being on something that does impact your lung capacity and like it can impact your height and things like that, cisgender women who have been building more lower body strength their entire lives, their legs are a lot stronger. Now, certainly, some trans women may have longer arm spans, but all of these things are accounted for, and every organization and league already has rules on who can qualify. Sports is all about genetic advantages.
So let me.
This specific topic has always just driven me crazy, like since it came to be with Leah Thomas, because like we literally found out that Michael Phelps is the closest thing we're gonna have to fucking Aquaman, and nobody batted an eye at all of the gold medals he won with his expanded lung capacity and webbed feet. Like what are
And
we
crazy arm span.
like what are we talking about, man? Like that dude's a fucking fish, and nobody was like he's cheating.
Yeah. He had everything short of gills.
Literally.
Interesting. So if women are generally better at swimming than men, is that what you're saying? That doesn't
No,
make
I'm
any
saying that
sense.
when you put a trans woman and a cis woman in competitions where lower body strength are more important or equally important as upper body strength, you will find that trans women have a biological disadvantage in competing against those sports against cis women or with
Okay,
cis women.
so why are they weaker than the average man then? I'm confused.
Well, so when you go on, so in order to compete in sports at the professional college level or college level, as a trans person, you have to be on hormones for at least 2 to 3 years, depending on the sport. And after about 2 to 3 years on hormone therapy, you trans women lose about can lose up to 20% of our muscle mass. So,
Okay.
I've lost a ton of my muscle mass since I've been on estrogen. I'm almost 2 years in. We lose muscle mass. It affects our lung capacity. We shrink. We actually lose height. There's all kinds of changes that happen physiologically. That's what hormones do.
Okay. That's just good to know. Good information. I
Hmm.
appreciate it.
Yep, there's a lot of
Good
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 information out there. Just
education.
don't get any of it from right wing news sources, please.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I mean,
actually go and listen to trans people and
yeah, I
doctors.
mean, well, so then I guess, so you think if a trans woman, when, or actual trans man went, sorry, yeah, I think trans woman, I'm getting all confused.
You're okay.
Actually, an actual trans woman went into basketball, WNBA.
I'm fine with that.
It
Hmm.
it'd be different because they're on estrogen, but with these other two guys, they're not
It will have to be
really.
as well. That's the whole thing is you think that they're just going to walk onto the team, but
Yeah.
they are going to have to show that they've been on hormone replacement therapy for a couple of years. So this won't even happen for a couple of years, even if they were accepted. They would have to fit all of the criteria. And that is, and one of those is being on hormones for a couple of years. So
Does WNBA have those criterias or no? Because it
I'm pretty
sounds
sure
to me
they
like they
do.
didn't.
I know that one of their whole things is they want this more clearly publicly defined as far as what the rules are for the WNBA as far as allowing this in. But when there hasn't really been, keep in mind, this hasn't really been hasn't come up until this recent discourse. But they do have their own rules. Every league does. And as far as we've seen historically, the WNBA has not allowed any trans women on the team that are not on hormones even though there are
Oh,
currently none playing. So yeah, it's
are
really
there?
not this big of a deal.
Did you say there are no trans women, or there are trans women
There are
on
currently
teams?
no trans women playing in the WNBA. That doesn't
Okay.
mean that they don't have rules for it. That doesn't mean that there haven't been.
Okay.
What we know is that that professional sports league, all the leagues all have rules on this to make it fair competition, right?
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully they'll deny
Like
these guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
way bigger problems in women's sports than trans women. You understand that, right?
Literally.
Like
Yeah.
female athletes have, or like women athletes have so many more problems that they have to deal with. Just even the fact that we have the W in front of NBA for women's, basketball is problematic because even though it is women's basketball, as soon as like, why do we not call the NBA the MNBA? Right? Why do we only put this qualifier on the women's side of it and we don't call it the MNBA, right? The Men's National Basketball Association. Why do we not do that? Why? Because that denotes, right? That denotation right there automatically delegitimizes the sport for so many other people, or for so many people when they see that, because they already have, because the patriarchy tells us that women are less than. So when we see the W, we put we do that, or we instantly write it off. We take them as not professionals. We take it as, and people don't watch it, they don't support it. Their locker rooms suck, they don't get the training. They have to ride buses to all of their to their games where the NBA gets to fly. Honestly, if these men that want to do this are like trying to do that, they're really taking away from the real focuses that women athletes need us to focus on to fix. But they're also, I also just say I can't wait for a couple of years to see their absolutely gorgeous boobs. Like I can't wait to see like how well they develop.
Yay, yitties!
Mhm.
So I think as far as why it's not called MNBA is because it was created way before the thing
Well,
was
the W
brought
has
up
nothing to
as
do with
issue.
trans people, right?
Tra-
The W is
tra-
there to denote women,
trans
right? To
people,
show
okay.
that this is women and that's men. But what I'm saying is the problem, this is one of the problems that women's sports face, is as soon as we put women in front of it, because of the culture that we have in this modern world, it automatically delegitimizes the sport and puts it as at less than. But women basketball players at the pro level are fucking professionals, and they would probably kick your ass in any one-on-one game. In
Sure,
any game.
anybody would beat me in basketball these days. Back in high school, I was good at basketball, but
Right.
nowadays
So
I
what I was
can't play
getting at is
sports anymore.
one of the bigger problems than the
I'm
trans
disabled.
problem that they are facing is the entire delegitimization of anything that women do, and the fact that every single time that women are doing something that men do, we have to put the word women in front of it, as if it's somehow what they are doing is different. There's nothing different about basketball because of the WNBA versus the NBA, right? Basketball is basketball, and it should all just be the NBA, right? There shouldn't need to be a denotation. And so like that automatically delegitimizes it. It causes people to not watch the sport. I don't watch it only because I don't watch sports. I'm not a sports girl. Okay. I was told like 2 years ago at Pride by the women's rugby team here, they threw me the ball and I threw it back and they're like, oh my God, you should join the sport. And I was like, girl, I'm trans. I'm not allowed to play sports. Right. And so, and so but like I'm not into sports, but people who are into sports, people who are into basketball and say they love basketball but never watch women's NBA, right? The WNBA, that's a problem. You don't love basketball, you like watching men run around.
Right, the only sport I ever heard of that like people actually tuned into when it came to women was like women's flag football because they're all dressed in lingerie.
Women's beach volleyball, women's tennis, right? Anything where women are scantily clad, swimming,
Mm-hmm.
like anything where there's like less and less clothing, they're there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot bigger problems than trans women in sports when it comes to
Literally.
sports. There's a lot bigger
Well,
problems. So let's stop focusing
yeah.
on it and like let's not give these two men any attention.
I mean that's fair. I'm not sure I agree with the distinctions not being made with the two like NBA and WNBA.
Why do you need a distinction? Why can't it just be so like the women, people who identify as women or who were assigned female at birth play against each other and the men still play against each other, right? But it's just under the umbrella of the NBA.
That way they can get funding from the same organization, right? They can actually split that evenly. They can actually build women up in the sport and bring them to the same level. Because on the TV, when someone sees, oh, there's an NBA game on, and they go to put it on and they go to click onto it, right? And they see that it's women, they go, but I love basketball. I'm going to watch anyways. Oh my God, that was such a great play. Holy shit, did she just do that, right? That would be something that would happen versus now that people see WNBA and they just skip past it.
So
They go
like,
watch golf.
I don't think I don't think people are skipping past it just
They are.
because it has the W in front of it. I think
they
they're
are.
skipping past it because it's not as
that's like saying
good
sexism
as
doesn't
NBA.
exist.
Exactly. Like, are you
Well, I'm
kidding
just
me?
saying that I think they skip past it because the NBA is more entertaining to watch.
Honestly,
You know,
the girls
Because
fight
it's
more than the
honestly, I
boys.
would
What do
think
you mean?
I would think college actually is better to watch though, and than
The
either
girls are
one.
College
sassier
sports
than
are
the
always
men.
better.
The girls are way
College sports are
sassier
always
than the
better than
men.
pro.
There's way more
Mhm.
like drama and fighting in WNBA than there is NBA. Like, what do you mean? Like, those girls going at each other is wildly entertaining.
And you're not watching a bunch of like 7 foot tall rapists run around.
I don't want to
Sorry,
watch.
rapists.
You can say
I don't.
rapist here, Emmy. I don't give a shit.
Okay, I do it on my live too. So
I mean, I personally I don't watch basketball for the fights. I would
so
want
why
to
do you
watch
care so much
the
about
good.
this?
I don't know.
Right. So maybe it's a point that like it's maybe not something for you to care about. Maybe find something that you do and educate yourself and talk about that. Find something you care about rather than pulling into the public discourse just because other people are talking about it.
You know
Oh,
what's so
Right.
funny to me though? Like,
I think we
so
misunderstood something.
before Donald Trump, right? Never did I live in a deeply, deeply red state, right? So like when the Supreme Court decided like gay marriage was legal and things like that, like my state lost its fucking mind. I'm right next door to Kentucky, next to Kim what's her fucking nuts, right? So like literally lost their fucking minds. Until Donald Trump came into the picture, I heard zero, zilch, nada about trans people simply existing. And now that Donald Trump has made this an issue, I actually really only hear about it from men, and it's only ever against trans women. You guys do not give a shit that trans men are in sports or want to be in sports. You don't care that they're using bathrooms, right? You don't care that they're simply existing. It's only trans women. So how about we let women be worried about women and men can be worried about men? Can we do that for a while? Because, like, I'm sick and tired of y'all as men thinking you know what's best for me as a fucking woman that leads to legislation being written to where my transgender friends are dying and where women like me are dying as well. Like, can we not? Can we just fucking not?
You know,
So
Like,
I'm going to interrupt the
respectfully, go ahead, sorry.
I'm going to interrupt the crickets for a second. I'm going to interrupt the crickets after that one because Emma, that just totally like the silence after that was very telling. But like, I just want to point out something else, Bradley. This whole conversation about trans women and what is a woman, what makes a woman, when we're talking about bodies and body parts, and we're trying to define women by body parts and these biological, very simple differences. I just need you to understand that that is playing into the patriarchy that continues to harm women, because when we do that, we are reducing women down to their bodies and the functions that they can serve for men, right? Because when we talk about it being reproductive and all of these things, it is all coming back to women's bodies being the only thing valuable about them and their experience. And it takes away from allowing women to define our own experience and tell the world what our own experience is, cisgender and transgender women included in that. And it brings us back down to women are their bodies and the function that they can provide. And that is terrible. So even participating in this discourse and bringing it up on these panels is continuing to harm all women by pushing this discussion, Bradley.
let me ask you one more question. So then I'm getting confused all the time with all this because then what the question is, what is a man or what is a woman? Like, can you define those? Because I can't get a clear answer anymore.
So to me, a woman is somebody who inwardly and outwardly appears or exudes feminism. And a man is somebody who inwardly and outwardly appears or exudes like masculinity. Right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, if we're gonna go by like the basic definition of like an adult human female, then we have to break down what a female is. And then most people go, well, females are ones who can give birth. Okay, so what about the women who can't give birth? They're suddenly like not women anymore? Like, Like, how about we just, instead of worrying about what's in people's pants, we just respect what people want to be. It's really not that.
So,
Well, there's only one issue I have with that, Emma, and it's that it doesn't like say the definition being someone who exudes and displays like masculinity or femininity is that there are very mask women who are cisgender women who identify as a woman, especially when we think about like studs, right? Which are like black masculine lesbians, or even cisgender women who still prefer like he, him pronouns because they present more mask, but they identify as a woman and as or as a sapphic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the like when we look at gender as a whole, it is a schema, which means like, and this is for you, Bradley, it's a schema, right? This is what gender is, of social, neurological, and biological factors, not just simply one of those three, that includes everything in that. So we have to look at the neurology, the biology, the sociology, and that's where we can get that clear definition of what men and women are. But it's not as simple. And this is what a lot of people on the right, and what I'm hearing from you when you say, I just can't get a straight answer anymore. And it's because this straight answer that you're expecting, the one that everybody tries to bring it down to, is the third grade answer, right? It is, when we look at a dictionary, the dictionaries tell us how a word is commonly used, right? It's not telling us an actual definition of these things. So we have to look at every area of science that goes into gender and figure out where men and women are on all of those spectrums, right?
okay.
So Bradley,
So it's not as simple as the third grade answer. That's all I'm saying.
You've been super respectful, and I appreciate that. There is another person who's been waiting in the queue who's also been in the chat saying that Emmy is wrong, and I would like to give them an opportunity to come speak because I'm ready to watch Emmy cook this morning. So I'm going to gently drop you back down to the comments. Thank you so much, Bradley.
Okay, thank you.
You okay with this, Emmy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Rosella. Can I have your age for TikTok? You have to come back in the app. There you go. Back in the app. There you go.
My audiobook was still playing. I'm 20.
Cool. So you were saying in the chat Emmy is wrong. What is Emmy wrong about?
Yeah, you were making a claim that defining women by our physical, structure is regressive and misogynistic, and then you went on to define women by stereotypical
I defined women.
roles.
That was me, not Emmy.
No, Emmy corrected you because Emmy disagreed with you.
Hang on, I never defined women. I don't know if you heard me. I never defined women. Okay.
Yeah, you said the genders.
Hang on.
Okay.
Emma gave definitions of that. And I said that I have problems with those definitions. I wasn't even correcting. I was sharing my perspective and where I have an issue with it. And then I went on to explain to Bradley that gender is a schema that includes various things, not just the phenotypes, right? Or not. It's
Right,
not
you said
just
social
biology.
traits. You said neurological traits, and then like physical traits. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So defining women by that is significantly more misogynistic than merely defining them by their physical structure. I can explain to you precisely how.
Well, so actually, hang on.
Oh,
When we
you don't want to hear my
acknowledge
explanation?
well, hang on.
Oh,
Well, I'm going to
okay.
tell you the problem that I have with it first, and then maybe you can use this in your rebuttal. I'm going to give you more ammo for me. Okay. When you ignore the social factors of womanhood, and when you ignore the neurological side of womanhood, you are inherently taking pieces of women and women's experiences and parts of and there's also the psychology of it too. When you take all of these pieces away, you are taking away from the whole woman. You are advocating for a less holistic approach.
That just begs the question. But regardless,
What do
I
you
mean,
mean?
yeah, when you talk,
Well,
yeah,
where did I
you're just
beg the question?
presupposing. Yeah, because you're just presupposing that if we take away these neurological structures and this cognitive thing, then a woman no longer persists, and that's
No, I did
obviously
not
where
say
I
that. That's not
disagree.
what I said. That's a straw man. That's a straw
Okay,
man of
then
what
what
I
are you
said.
saying? What are you
I
saying?
said that when we say that we are not going to acknowledge the sociological, neurological, and psychological differences between men and women, and
There's
that
no
we
such thing.
stop and that we only focus on the biological differences, right? The physical, like the phenotypical differences or whatever, right? When we only focus on those things, we ignore 3 other parts of the woman's experience. And so when we reduce it down to just the body and the functions that it can form or perform, that is much more misogynistic than allowing women to share the whole experience of womanhood.
Yeah, you're begging the
And it
question.
also
Do you
leaves
have
women out.
Yeah, do you have any evidence to suggest that there's such thing as cognitive woman, womanhood is something that's found in the mind, or there's some neurological structure?
Yeah, we have studies that
Okay.
show that trans women's brains look more like, and I know you're one of these bioessentialist things, and I don't honestly, here's the big
You
thing.
don't know what
When it comes down
bioessentialist
to no, no,
is.
no, no. Hey, listen, you're gender critical bioessentialist turf. And so when it comes down to
I'm
it,
not. I'm not
I
a
don't
therapist,
have these
Mara.
conversations. I don't have these conversations. I don't need to defend my existence. I don't need to have
Okay,
this
I'm not
kind of
asking you
debate
to do
with
that.
you.
I asked for a
And yes,
scientific
you are.
source.
I
I
am
asked
not
you for a
going,
scientific source.
but you already know every scientific source I'm going to cite because I can tell by
Oh,
the language that you're using. You've had
okay.
these
Well, can I
conversations
just debunk
often.
the source?
And
Can
so
I
if you
just
want
debunk
to
the source
try to
then?
debunk the source,
Okay,
then
great.
you can do that somewhere else because I don't have this
Oh,
conversation. If you want to talk
oh,
about the actual issues in the world, if you want to talk about actual politics and how this affects people in the world, we can talk about
okay.
that. Because what you're trying to do here is you are trying to reduce women down to definitions. You are trying to reduce womanhood down to a simple basic definition. And I don't play that game. I don't
Okay.
participate in reducing women. And if I participate in this conversation with you, I am continuing to perpetuate the harm towards all women that you're
Okay.
trying to come
Can I
up here
just
and
debunk this study?
perpetuate.
Okay, 2
No,
seconds.
I already
Thank you,
told you you can do that elsewhere.
Jamie.
Okay,
Thank
see,
you.
this
I
is
don't participate in these.
Can you guys hear
this is
me?
how I know that you're brainwashed.
Rosella,
Or I
chill.
will just
You're
leave and then Emma
indoctrinated
can.
because look at
I'm
what
not
happens.
indoctrinated,
Look at what
Rosella.
happens.
Hey,
Look at what happens.
Rosella,
When
come
Can
on
I
you
my.
offer
hear
a
Hey,
me?
critique on
Rosella,
your source, when I
Hello?
offer a critique on your
the
source,
host
you
is
don't want to
speaking.
hear it.
Rosella, shut the fuck up. The host
Look
is
at how this
speaking.
male behaves towards.
Nope. I'm gonna cut that
Look
off.
at how
Can
he
you hear
Yes,
speaks
how
to
me?
dare a
women.
woman show any emotion, right, Rosa? Right? How dare we show any emotion, right, Emma? When someone won't shut up for the host to speak, that makes me masculine somehow. Having emotion. I thought we were so flighty and emotional.
Oh my goodness. Rosella, the crash out was kind of insane because I was just trying to chime in to ask you kindly to stop muting or to stop interrupting Emmy. I was also going to let Emmy know that they had mod powers in case they needed to use them because you were
Thank you.
abusing a conversation. And I also wanted to thank Jamie for the $2.87 for because you need some change on here. Thank you so much for the chaotic 87 cents. That's going to drive me crazy all day. Emmy, I truly thought that Rosella was interested in having a conversation. It looks like here's the thing, guys. We can debate whether or not like your big tummy feelings matter, I guess, which I don't personally think is something that we should fucking debate to begin with. But debating whether or not people exist when people like Emmy are right in front of you, right? Like Emmy is literally here. She exists. She is a human being on this planet who like has to like we're on this big fucking floating rock in space that none of us could fucking leave. Why are people living their lives the way they want to so harmful to others? Right? I don't.
Well, and that's the thing is, if they could show us data that it is harmful, right? If they could show us that there's like actual harm happening here, because I have a feeling you and I approach like political problems the same way. Like when we see a problem in society or a problem in the economy or whatever, we look at the data and go, where is the problem, and where can we have the most impact on this problem? And so, if we want to protect women's sports, then we need to focus on things like funding and things like the stereotypes around it. If we want to protect women in bathrooms, then we need to look at the data on who's causing this harm, and it's cisgender men at like 99% of the time. Why we
Literally.
focus
So
on where we can do
let's
the
focus on
least
getting
impact
more
is
women
stupid.
coaches, right? Let's focus on getting more women coaches for women's
Yep.
sports, right? Because men are the number one perpetrators of harm. Like look at who was the Olympic gymnastics trainer who was arrested for sexually assaulting numerous gymnasts, right? They made an
Mhm.
entire documentary about him. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Sorry guys, I'm sick. But let's focus on things that like genuinely like matter instead of these things that don't matter, because like Emmy existing doesn't affect my job, doesn't affect the way I pay my taxes, doesn't affect where I live. If you guys genuinely are the party of civil fucking liberties, stop being Larry Nasser. Thank you. Stop being the goddamn genital police. What state was it, Emmy? I'm sure you've heard of this. There is a state now that is saying if girls want to play sports, they have to have a certain type of physical done or literally have their genitalia checked.
Yeah, I think it's one of the southern states. I think it's like I don't remember the specific states, like Kansas or
But it's
Tennessee.
one
I
of
think
the fucking
maybe I
southern
think it's
states.
Tennessee.
They literally want to check the genitalia of your daughters. Can we like?
Yep.
That's a problem in a country that is perpetually known for fucking touching children. Like, can we stop touching children?
Also, let me pull up this data really quick because this is a really interesting data source. And just so there's two other things really quickly while I'm pulling this up with that last guess. Two things. One, I don't debate the definitions of woman or man. I don't do that. I don't participate in that. And so I draw boundaries. And when I know that a conversation is going to go that way, I draw the boundary. And the second thing is I absolutely have the right to make a boundary for myself and to hold that boundary. And if you want to have that conversation, you can do it other places than around me or with me. I don't have that conversation. Let me pull up. Have you ever gone to whoismakingnews.com?
No.
So whoismakingnews.com is this woman who went through, I believe it's from like February of 23 to like, let's see here. Yeah, February of 23 to May of 2024. And they pulled 10,000 cases of child SA from the news headlines and did studies on this and gathered data on demographics on this 10,000. And when we go and look at the data, this is one of the things that you're saying about getting women coaches. And I honestly think we need women coaches in men's sports as well. But when we look at like who committed these offenses, out of the 10,885, one was a drag queen, 5 were transgender. But when we go to the where was the coaches? 363 of them were coaches. Yeah, scroll down just a hair from that spot, and you'll see that it's like coaches are a big one, and then it's families and friends are the biggest one. Religious religious folks, people in religious employment. Family members, teachers, and coaches are like the top 6 categories.
So here, this is the first one is crimes against children, right? Drag queens are right here at the very bottom, chat. And then in this one, the more detailed breakdown, we have transgender individuals right here and drag queens right here. What are we doing?
And look where people in religious employment are.
Yeah.
They're right up at the top,
Teachers,
right there with
aides,
coaches,
coach,
right there with
cops,
teachers.
pastors, priests, brothers, church employees.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so there's other studies too. There's a couple other studies that are really good to look at. One is lawsuit.org that shows that that conservative states can consume the most trans pornography. And that the further right you are, the more trans pornography you consume. So there's another one too that also they studied men where they brought in like 10 cisgender heterosexual men who were like 10 of them were homophobes and 10 of them were not homophobic, and they actually showed them like explicit material from various different forms of across the sexuality spectrum. And they measured arousal through things like pupil dilation, penile circumference, and so forth. And they found that not a single one of the non-homophobic cisgender heterosexual men were aroused during seeing homosexual explicit material. And all of the homophobic ones got aroused when they saw they all got aroused when they saw men and women together. But the only ones who got aroused at men and men together, or women and women together, were the homophobic ones.
Look, here, I'm telling you, like, I think the only reason they rail so hard against transgender women is because they're terrified of the idea of shooting their shot at a woman one day and that woman turning around and being like, hey, by the way. Like, I think they're scared to death.
I think like institutionally it comes down to the fact that the patriarchy teaches men to like demonize any form of what they tell them is femininity, to the point where we now have chuds coming on the internet saying things like, if you have sex with your wife and you do not finish inside of her,
You're gay.
that is gay. Like that is like So they reject any form of femininity and they see it as lower. So they automatically need to put me down. But the craziest thing is before my transition, I was told when I was a kid, you're too girly, you throw like a girl, stop acting like a girl. Why are you such a girl? You're not a real man. All this kind of stuff. And now that I'm transitioning and I'm like, hey, there's a reason for that. Suddenly I'm not woman enough to be a woman, but they would never accept me as a man. Anyone that knows me knows there's not a manly thing about me.
Can't win for losing, Emmy. Hi, Levi. Are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Can I have your age for TikTok?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Cool. Do you disagree with anything on the prompt?
Maybe it might be your semantics, but I just disagree with abortion because I think it's like morally wrong.
So here's the thing, right? I'm not in the business of debating.
You can go ahead and
morals.
drop me, Emma.
Love you, Emmy.
If you want. Yeah, I'd love to.
So I'm not in the business of like debating morals because morality is subjective, right? So if you want to have this conversation, hold on, stop, Levi. I don't know why you're interrupting me. Cut it out. If you want to have this conversation, I'm open to having this conversation with you, but you have to answer a few basic questions. Can you tell me where a woman's uvula is?
Well, hang on, just before we move on, that would be begging the question. You're saying morality is subjective, right?
And then I asked you to answer a question. Hi, baby. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Can I have your age for TikTok?
I'm 25.
Great. So what state are you from?
From Texas.
Wonderful. So I have some subjects above me, or we can talk about current events. What tickles your fancy?
We can talk about current events.
What would you like to talk about?
ICE.
What about ICE?
I'm glad they're deporting all illegal
Okay, so let's define what an illegal alien is.
A couple weeks ago, Trump had 10,000. Well, ICE had 10,000
You're breaking up,
deported.
baby. You gotta
breaking
fix your
up.
Wi-Fi. You gotta fix your Wi-Fi, brother.
You fat bitch. You fat faggot bitch. Go fix your Wi-Fi. You fat ass bitch.
Wow. Levi, I dropped you because you're not engaging in the conversation. I already set a boundary. I'm not going to debate morality with you, and if you continue to try to debate morality, I'm just gonna move on. So we could give it one more chance. Okay, great. So again, I asked you, where's the woman's uvula?
What's the argument? What's the argument on morality?
So we haven't gotten. We're not arguing it. I'm not debating it. Period. So if you want to continue down this path, I will just boot you again. I am not debating morality with you, right? Because we know morality is subjective because there's a bunch of people who
that's
stop it,
debated.
Levi. No, stop. It's not. A bunch of people voted for a rapist. Do you think they have the moral high ground?
What? No. What does that
70 million
no,
people. Stop, Levi. 70 million people voted for a rapist. But they also believe women shouldn't have access to abortion. Do you think those people have the moral high ground?
Oh, I was muted. No.
Right, they don't, right?
What?
So, Levi.
But that doesn't...
I'm done, Levi. I'm done. You are not listening. You're not listening. Right? Because they think their morality is better than my morality because I think women should have a choice over their own bodily autonomy because I think women's decisions should stay between them and their doctors. So they think they have more morality than I do, but I would never vote for a man who was an actual predator to a woman. That's the point there. I'm not going to debate the morality with you. I gave you another chance. Go somewhere else. Bye. You're not coming back up here, Levi. Sucks to suck, brother. It is a prime example as to how morality is subjective. Because if morality was the same all around, then we would all believe that children dying is a bad thing. That includes the children dying in Gaza. But the people on the right don't think the children dying in Gaza is a bad thing. Right? If morality was linear, we would all believe voting for a rapist is wrong. Yet 70 million people voted for a rapist. If morality was linear, we would believe that all people in the Epstein files need to be thrown under the jail. But there are people arguing how Donald Trump's exonerated and he shouldn't be thrown under the jail along with Les Wexner, etc., etc. Morality is not linear. We do not all have the same morals. And I do not care to talk to you anymore. Have a great day, Levi. Hello, Devin. Are you a Trump supporter?
Partially. I voted for him.
Can I have your age for TikTok?
Right away. 21.
And what state are you from?
Ohio.
Oh, hey, neighbor. I'm a Hoosier.
Okay.
So there's some subjects above my head, or we can talk about current events, what tickles your fancy.
The DSA probably, or Republicans are hypocrites.
Okay, so pick one or the other, and we'll start.
Hypocrite. Let's do Republicans or hypocrites.
Okay. So Republicans are hypocrites. Prove me wrong.
No, you're the one making the claim. I don't
Okay,
know why you think they're
so for
hypocrites.
example, do you know who Eric Swalwell and Graham Plattner are?
Yeah, I've heard Graham Plattner, but I don't know exactly.
Okay, Eric Swalwell
Details.
was an actual representative in our legislative branch, and then he was going to run for election as governor of California when credible allegations of sexual harassment came out about him. What did the Democratic Party do to Eric Swalwell and Graham Plattner when these credible allegations of sexual harassment and sexual assault came out?
Did they condemn him?
They did, and they literally made him resign. They made both of them resign. Graham Plattner literally resigned his race for Senate in Maine. Eric Swalwell dropped out of the governor race and resigned from Congress. So what about Max Miller?
Is that a Republican representative?
It is. It's a Republican representative in your state, actually, who has been credibly accused of throwing boiling hot water on his wife's chest, breaking his 2-year-old's collarbone, posting a naked picture of his 2-year-old on the internet. And he's still running in your state for re-election, and he's still sitting in Congress right now, and you're not doing anything about it because you're a hypocrite.
Well, I go to school here. I go to college here.
Okay, so you came into a political live wanting to discuss politics. The state in which you would vote would be Ohio because that is your legal address. So therefore, if you actually cared about this thing, you would know about this thing because this is a representative in your state.
Well, I voted in the general election. I didn't vote in the state elections.
So in 2024, when you went to the poll, you only filled out the president. You'd have filled out nothing else.
No.
So why are you up here wanting to discuss politics if you don't even know politically what's happening in your state, brother?
I thought we were talking about, like, U.S. politics.
This is U.S. politics, sir. What do you mean? Max Miller is a congressional representative of your state. He ran, chat. What? I thought we were talking U.S. politics is crazy. Wild work, chat. Sorry, that's the next word. I've stopped. I haven't caught myself using it. DUMB is officially done. I'm working on crazy next. I can't breathe. Guys, this congestion that I have in my chest is too freaking much. Too much. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Yad over on the tube of views. I am not a man. But, like, thank you for asking? Question mark? I don't know. Ugh. Whew. Anyway, chat, let's keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. We've actually been live for an hour, and we're only at 34,000 likes, so here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, 1 second, Amanda. I will check that. I have to use the restroom, so I think we're gonna hit a quick restart. Excuse me. Amanda, thank you for the $1.13 to bring it to a full dollar amount. Keep up the amazing work. I appreciate you. Let me fix this goal real quick, and then we will hit a quick reset. Mucinex. There are things that I'm not really sure I could take right now, guys. I have to wait a little bit. All right, we are at 24 doll hairs. Okay, we're going to hit a quick reset. We will be RB. YouTube and Twitch, don't go anywhere. You guys are just going to see this box, and it's going to be quiet for a little bit. But we will be right back, guys. All right, chat. We're back. Oh, I am struggling. I'm not going to the ER for a freaking cold, though, or to be told that it's allergies. I'm not doing any of that. All right, let's go. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Let's tap, tap, tap the screen. I am already double tapping. I'm watching my husband and my son vacuum. What the fuck? Am I okay? Mow the lawn. Am I okay, chat? I think all of the lack of oxygen is really messing with me. Like, vacuum? What? Hello? Uh-oh. Is there something wrong with the lawnmower? Please don't be anything wrong with the lawnmower. I cannot live in a jungle again. Guys, our lawnmower broke last year, and it took us like a month and a half to get it fixed, and I swear to goodness, it was like living in the fucking Amazon out here. And then I had to do it already this summer, because you guys remember my husband went out of town to Florida for work for like 6 weeks. So he taught me how to use the riding lawnmower, right? But our lawn is like very hilly and I'm scared. Why does it have to be so loud and scary? Why? Why can't it just like be like a gentle hum? Morning, Kelly. Hey, Allie. 10th, says Amber. Even though Amber was second, which is hilarious. All right. Tomorrow, we get to claim our name back, chat. We get to go back to our name tomorrow. Yes, chat. Let's freaking go. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these shares going. I'm helping you guys tap the screen down here. Let's do it. Dun, 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 dun. I'm still calling you Judy. You guys can absolutely. I will forever. Judy will forever be in our hearts, chat. Judy will forever be in our hearts. Should I make a Hi Judy sticker so we can always remember? Hi, Philly by day. Welcome in. Oh, look, the gift goal. Oops. Long time no see, Philly. Hope you're well. Oh my god, guys. So I had an experience yesterday. RJ brought me into some sort of live. I don't know what live we were in. I can't remember who the host was. I want to say her name was Cam, maybe. But OG Bearded was there on the panel. And our boy Thunder came in the chat, right? And OG Bearded tagged me and was like, "Hey Emma, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm well, OG. Hope you're doing okay." He was like, "Yeah, I'm doing fine, thanks. Hope you're well." And I was like, "Well, I'm a little sick, but I'm getting over it." And he was like, "Good to hear. Hope you feel better soon." And then Thunder tags me and was like, "I call that karma." And I was like, "Brother, what?" Like, and then OG was like, "Yeah, you know her and her multiple personalities." And I was like, "What is happening right now?" Oh, Philly, I'm cooked. I'm absolutely cooked. My allergies are on 10. My eyeballs are like this, like twice the size that they normally are. You should have seen me last week when my tonsils were swollen. I was here on the internet looking like an actual bullfrog. It was so bad. But yeah, and my husband's mowing the lawn, so it's only gonna get worse. You know what I mean? So I think what happened, chat, to be totally fair, is I think I got the beginning of the year flu that we all get. If you guys have kids, you know. If you don't have kids, be so fucking ready when those crotch goblins go to kindergarten or to preschool. Why is your screen name Hokor? Oh, Philly, you've missed so much. Give me just a second, I'll explain. So every time you send your kids to school, the second you send them into that petri dish for like the first week, you're getting all of the illnesses at once. All of them. So this is probably a mixture of like the flu, freaking the bubonic plague, like C19, strep. It's just everything all at once. It's so bad. So Philly, to explain the name change, there is a group of Trump supporters on this app who, his name is Mercy with Facts, or Mercy of Facts, or something like that. He said he's going to sue me and press charges against me. So I messaged him. I was like, hey man, if you want my lawyer's information, let me know. He demanded my address. He was like, just give me your address if you're not scared. And I was like, as a domestic violence survivor, that won't be happening. Never. So then he told me that my name's not actually Emma. It's Judy from Rolett, Texas, and I work in HR. So I changed my name to Hi Judy for a week. And then to keep the grift going, since they're always saying that I am just one of RJ's minions, I changed it to Emma Okor for a week to be funny. I think it's hilarious. The Trump supporters don't find it so funny. Hashtag blame Richard. Yeah, apparently Richard and I are married. We live in Rolett, Texas. I'm head of HR, and he does loss prevention. So yeah, I don't know. Well, the lawnmower's back to running. Yeah, I didn't know Emma was short for Judy. That was new to me. So Richard is his name. I mean, his name is RJ. People just keep calling him Richard. Because let's be so for real, right? So I'm sure RJ is short for something. But it could be Richard. Could be Rick. Could be Rocco. Could be, like, it could be just anything. Well, Philly, so that's what they're devolving down to now, right? Is the fact that, like, they won't debate us anymore because they don't like us for whatever reason. Or they just can't keep up in a conversation. So they have to, like, devolve into madness, and it could be Raymond, exactly. They have to devolve into madness and make these terrible, awful things up instead of just, like, having a conversation. It's weird. It's just weird. Let's see. Now I'm curious. What other names start with R? Names that start with R. Let's put boy names. Ryan, Robert, Roman, Ryder, Rhett, Riley, Rowan, River, Remington. Ooh, it's definitely Remington. Oh no, it's definitely Reginald. That's true. It's definitely Reginald. Raymond is on Johnny's live right now. It's insufferable. Oh no. Ugh. Ralph. That's so funny. Regulus. It's definitely Regulus James. Regulus John. It's Remy. Y'all are wrong. I'm just gonna call him Dick from now on. Since they're so convinced it's Richard, I'm only gonna call him Dick. My Frenchie's name is Rocco. Philly, I'm telling RJ you named your dog after him. I'm starting a rumor. I'm starting a rumor that you thought his name was Rocco James, and that you named your dog after him. I'm starting a rumor, Philly. Look, at the end of the day, if these people are gonna be weird, like, we might as well just laugh about it, right? Meat stick activity. If you request up, I'd love to have that conversation with you. That's a heck of a name, a meat stick activity. Interesting. Again, I may disagree with you, RJ, politically. Certain lines you don't cross. Right, exactly, Philly. Exactly. There are certain lines you don't cross. There's a guy on this app right now named, Gosh, chat, what was his name? I posted about it. He told me on RJ's live that he hopes my kid dies. And I have no idea who he is, but he comes into my live and he crashes out, swears I know him. Enzo wanted the sauce from you and RJ the other day. I legitimately can't stand Enzo. Enzo's just trying really hard to get attention. We did an entire public countdown of the days Enzo was dodging me. We got to day 100 when I checked Enzo's story on his page, and he posted some really like Nazi like propaganda, and that's when I was like, nah, and I just blocked him. Because, like, so the way that I wanted to set it up, I wanted Enzo to have a fair debate with me, which is where I didn't want him to come into here, and I didn't want to go into there. I wanted to, you guys know how people do TikTok battles, how they're both on the screen at the same time. That's what I wanted to do with Enzo, and I wanted to have a fair debate with Enzo, and he wouldn't do it. He kept accusing me of being a runner, of being scared, because I wouldn't come into his space to debate me. So, ultimately, he ran away from me for 100 days, and then I was just like, whatever, pussy, and left him alone. So, I don't think Moro is an op-witty. I think Moro's a refugee. Hi, Moro. Are you a Trump supporter?
Hi sister, how are you?
Sorry, we are just looking for Trump supporters right now. I would love to be able to help, guys, but we can't open up the panel to help until we hit this goal. I've been sick all week, and as you guys know, this is currently my full-time job until I can find something from home. Well, hope you feel better soon. Gonna jump in the pool with the wife. Have so much fun in your pool. That sounds amazing. Gosh. I wish I would have gotten my pool up this year, and I did not. Maybe next year. All right. I don't support Trump because he's not right-wing enough. What does that even mean? If you disagree with something on the background interesting, feel free to request that. Sorry, guys. I'm so sick. I'm trying to, like, expand my lungs, but even, like, my medicine's not working. Yeah, the requests are open. Yeah. Do you guys see the request button down there? I see it. Okay. Okay, just making sure. Mama Avery says no. Huh. Interesting. You may not have enough follow. You only have 5 followers and 47 following. You're probably gonna have to come in on like your real account. You probably don't have enough followers. No, it's just a button at the bottom of the screen. I can't even invite you up here. You don't have enough followers. All right, chat. Let's freaking go. Well, sorry, interesting. You're gonna probably need more followers, or it's not gonna let you up. All right, chat. Let's make sure we're tapping the screen, sharing the live. We're only at 30 shares. We could do better than that. Let's see what we can find on these TikTok streets. When am I going to realize what, Ron? Why don't you come on up and talk to me? Ron says, lady, when are you going to wake up? Seriously, when are you going to realize? Realize what? Oh, Ron. That both sides argument is so fucking lame. So lame. Do better.
Made to me, and his little people came in and took my picture and put it on their profile.
What are we
I
talking
went and
about?
looked at their profiles. Okay, that wasn't my picture was on their profile, but they didn't change their regular profile. So they did it deliberately and came into my live and showed me exactly what they were doing. And there wasn't
That's
just
not doxing.
one.
That's just
There was
being
4,
silly.
5, 6 of them.
No, you've never been
And
on the
all the
receiving
people-
end.
Yes, I have.
No,
Moon.
you haven't.
No, you
I've
haven't.
been with
Moon,
RJ a
tell me
number of
more about
times.
myself. Again, what's my favorite color, bud? Stop doing that, man.
I don't
Stop
think you've
speaking
been
for
on
me.
RJ's
Stop
live,
it.
and I'll explain my position instead of you talking over me. Is that I guarantee you've never been on RJ's live where you disagreed with him, went into a debate, and had the opposite position, and then what you get in your messages after dealing with RJ. I promise you've never been on the receiving end of RJ's little fucking minion army. I promise you that.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Thank you.
See, it's all good. You're right.
That's disrespectful to a female, you know. And
What's up, Blue Wave?
I can't stand RJ.
It's
If
super
I ever
sorry.
see him in a live that I know the people and he's in there, I'm gonna back out because I don't want to be around that piece of shit. After what he said to me and the way he treated me, and having his little people take my photo and put it on their stuff and go through my chat. No, I don't want anything to do with that piece of garbage.
I mean, I think that anything that you're going to get in a message from RJ is going to be the same thing he would say with his face on camera. Either way, whether you like it or not, I have a level of respect for somebody that
he's a piece of shit.
But
he's a piece of shit.
Yes.
Star, if you want me to believe you with zero evidence about a man that you think is doing bad things to you, then
Guys, can we not just talk politics instead of about somebody who's not even there? RJ's not even there.
Raping her without
You just conflated those two, you stupid piece of shit.
Can I talk to you about that? Is that okay?
That's the most ignorant question I've heard all day.
I know. I get it, PK. You're triggered. It's okay, buddy. We're gonna get through this together.
It's annoying.
We're gonna get through this together, buddy. Don't worry.
As low as you can go, dude.
I'm just asking.
That's about as low as you can go. You're a piece of shit, just like RJ.
Hey Harry, could we?
I don't want to talk to you anymore, dude.
My wife told
that
me
is
to go
just
clean your house.
disgusting.
My ex-wife told you.
Yeah, go clean your house, dude. That's disgusting.
Can we bring up
Fuck
Blue Wave
you.
though? She's a good debater.
Bring everybody up in your life.
What are we debating?
I was just asking. Jeez.
Hey, if
She's
you want
good
to
for
bring Blue
conversation,
Wave up,
too.
you could go create your own live there, Smitty.
I'm well aware, Harry.
Well, I mean, you're probably going to go talk about it. So go ahead. I don't care.
I'm not. I mean, I maybe. I mean, but not on TikTok.
I'm gonna tell you something there, Smitty. A lot of these people on here.
Smitty, did you just say you talk about us not on TikTok?
He literally just said he likes to dox me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside and my girlfriend's gonna be like, she's gonna go, what were you screaming about out there? And I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I was talking to this guy.
Let me give you my opinion. Let me give you RJ's opinion.
Let me tell you about
This
guy.
is so silly.
Moon Geezer, and I'm gonna have to tell her all about what we talked about because she's gonna be like, why were you outside?
You don't even know what we talked about, Smitty. You're lost in the sauce, kiddo.
Hey, Smitty.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Smitty, what you need to do.
I'm sure you think that.
Go to listen. They have all these like little clinics around the United States. They will
Uh-huh,
test
what are
your
they for?
testosterone. It costs like $125 out of pocket.
Jesus
You can actually
Christ.
see what your test
Or
count
estrogen.
is and see how much estrogen is in your system. Thank you, Moon. And you will then begin to see why you're such a bitch.
Guys, you guys seem like you know a lot about this. Is that because you guys are low T or what?
No, because
I don't know anything. I don't know.
I thought
about
Moon
these
always had
clinics.
his camera on.
Are they around me? Like where? PK, how many clinics have you been to? For
They can't easily.
Just one. Just one.
Winston, why don't you come on up and have a conversation? Because you're saying that about Trump supporters who are
I
talking
don't think
right now.
Smitty's
You know?
worried about it yet. Smitty
those
still sounds like he's in his 20s.
I don't know if his balls haven't dropped yet.
Thank you.
It's like an invitation,
I sound like I'm
Winston.
in my 20s. Everybody heard it here. 175.
No, you sound like a
people
bitch.
Heard it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
Last invite.
I'm in my
Smitty, how old
20s.
are you?
First Amendment's being revoked.
I'm 44.
Adios, Winston.
Yeah,
sound
you really
like
need to
you're
go
in
to
your
one
20s.
check.
act like this?
Quit eating processed
And you
food.
act
Quit eating
like
McDonald's.
I don't eat McDonald's, dude. It's horrible for you.
And you act like this, being that age.
Yes, that's the big question.
I know. Again, notice how you guys have all attacked me, right? Hear me
Yeah,
attacking
because
you
you're
only in response.
You've got
This is
the
what you've been
same
reduced to.
attitude.
This is
You've
what
got
we've been
the
reduced
same
What is
attitude
happening?
I have
as
reduced all of
RJ.
you to. I've reduced you all down to just being able
How am I
to
attacking you, Smitty?
personally attack me.
How am I
You said-
personally attacking you?
Something about the low T or whatever. Did you
I didn't
jump
say
on
anything
PK's
about your low
thing?
T.
That
I
was
said
me.
you sound
Yeah.
like you're in your
bitch.
20s.
That's the only explanation for it.
Anyways, can we get Blue Wave up, guys?
No.
Hi, Ken.
Aw. Moon, don't be so angry, dude.
I'm not angry at all.
It's okay. We're
It
just
is
talking
okay.
here.
I'm not
Just
okay.
talking.
I'm
These are just
crazy.
ideas.
No, there has been zero
They're
ideas.
just
You
talking
provided
smack about
nothing of
RJ. Can we
substance
just
since you
debate
walked in the door.
politics?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey, Moon.
Let me
Moon,
guess, and
all
you
these
provided
little
a bunch,
minions are
right?
with him down
Oh,
there.
not the feet.
Because that's all it's asking to come up.
Not the feet.
Thought you didn't have people to follow you there.
Oh, they want to. Oh, you're right, Blue Wave. All right, guys, I gotta go clean the house.
Clean the house.
Gotta go now, huh?
Yeah.
What was it? Did you have one question for me? What was it?
I didn't have a
I can answer.
question.
I can answer before. I don't want you to think
Not
I'm like
the
trying to
feet
put
for
out with
free.
no
No.
No, you're a big boy. No need to no need to announce your departure.
Oh, okay. You guys are good then. All right, cool.
Yes.
Thank
Piglet,
you.
they're just
Fly
talking
away.
shit about RJ. I'm just gonna scroll on to something else. Like they just spent like 20 minutes just talking shit about RJ, but like without RJ being there. And I was like, hey, I'm in the queue. Can I come up? Like, can we just talk politics? And all they wanted to do was talk shit about RJ. Oh my gosh. That, not the feet for free. Oh man, you guys want to see someone actually crash out about me though? Holy shit, I didn't realize. Guys, this might be a fucking treat. This might be a fucking treat, chat, because I'm not blocked on this account for some reason. Which is hilarious.
Sit down there and make insults. That's
Left all the reason we need to make asylums great again. Yes. OG.
Here,
yes.
watch. If you guys want to watch him crash out, just go say my name and then I'll request
Maybe if
that.
you were trying to have a genuine conversation
Oh, this is a new account.
instead of just throwing insults, we'd consider it, but no.
wait. Trump stole nuclear secrets? The one guy in the country that has the nuclear launch code stole nuclear secrets?
Smitty. All they wanted to do was talk about RJ.
Because you deserve it.
They ended Harry Balls, of course they did.
No.
Hell yeah, Andrea W. I don't know what that means, but great. Good for you.
Well, lucky that's not the one that runs from fucking facts. That would be the left.
Oh, is it? Is that why you won't talk to me, Deranged? Is that why you won't talk to me, Tim?
You know what? I'm going to take a chance here. I'm sure he's going to get dropped, but whatever. Okay, old guy. Can we get your age and who you voted for?
I'm 60 years old, and who else would I vote for besides the Trump man?
Okay, welcome up. Hope you're having a good day.
Awesome day. How about yours?
It's great. It's a nice, cool morning. Well, it's not cool, but it's cooler. Yeah. But, so considering it's been like 100 degrees fucking lately. Why do we hate socialism? Because socialism is a stepping stone to communism. Socialism only works when other people pay. And I'm not trying to have other people pay. Do not bring this person up. Do not bring that person up. In fact, she can go ahead and go somewhere else.
Perfect.
He blocked me!
Not hi, Emma.
He blocked me!
Socialism never works.
Oh, Fat Emma?
Yeah. There it goes.
Yeah, I've got no tolerance for the stupid today. I mean, she's
really that dumb?
Yes.
Well, I'll put it this way. Do you remember here a while back? I think it was last year. It may have been earlier this year when that guy in California set fire to the.
He's gonna lie on me again. Watch.
Stores toilet paper and fat
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah. And he recorded himself doing it. So that person, not Hi Emma, said that was Trump's fault.
That's not what I said at all, actually.
Oh my goodness.
I said it was capitalism's fault, chat.
Why does that?
I said the fact that there are
She
companies out there
said-
who cannot pay a living wage. So hold on.
Because Trump has lost a million
not what I said.
jobs, that people are forced to take jobs that don't pay much.
It's not what I said at all.
But hasn't those jobs already transferred from the last administration? Considering
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah.
But see, the thing about it is this guy.
So again, so what I said was capitalism is at fault here, right? Because the fact that the federal minimum wage hasn't gone up since 2009, which allows like corporations and companies to hire people in from temp agencies at like a lower rate than what they would hire them in on is if they were a full-time employee, and that rate is so low that people can't survive, that's a problem. Can someone explain to me how that isn't a problem? Because that's what I said. I never blamed Donald Trump.
In danger, put all the citizens in that town in danger. She claimed it was Donald Trump's fault.
That's not what I said at all, actually. And to be totally fair, guys, I want you guys to recognize that what this guy did, although absolutely wrong, we should not be doing crimes, in my opinion, like ever, right? So he's going to be charged and he's going to be held responsible for what he did. He started a smaller fire, which led to the sprinkler system going off, which led to the entire building being evacuated. The fire department came, put the fire out, and then he snuck back in the back when it was empty and set fire to everything. So if he really wanted loss of life, he could have, and he didn't. So
just fucking dumb. I mean, at that point, go play in the middle of fucking traffic. But this Emma, she's like one of RJ's crows.
There it is. Always.
Um,
Guys, I'm just a girl on the internet.
Just fucking stupid.
You know what's crazy, chat? Hold on. Let's look at this real quick.
Denmark and Sweden or Norway are not fucking socialist countries. The actually only true socialist countries are ones like Cuba.
Let me see if I
North
still have
Korea.
And I'm waiting for it.
And what?
Where am I from?
Oh, and Canada, not really a true socialist
exactly.
country. They do have capitalism up there. They can call themselves whatever they want. I mean, hell, North Korea calls themselves the People's Republic.
I know.
But it's a socialist country. Without fucking Russia, without China.
Oh, I don't have it anymore.
North Korea ceases to exist.
But RJ told me that I was one of his favorite debaters.
I was actually getting excited when I first heard about the 51st state.
Anyway, boring. Let's move on. Let's see what else we can find on these tickety-tockety streets. All right, let's see. All right, chat. Also, guys, can we activate the dollar and change train for change so we can get some of this gold knocked out? I know it's been a lot. We're all going through it. I unfortunately haven't been able to be live at all this week, so like hitting this goal today would really help me out. Oh. I love you guys so much. Let's see. See what we can find. Ugh. I feel clammy, guys, but like if I go take my temperature, I don't have a fever, so I don't understand. I don't get it. What's Pam saying? Hey, Pam, why don't you come up and try to have a conversation with me? I promise I won't bite or anything. I promise I'll be nice. I'm just a little sick. Kyle says she don't know shit. Come on up, Kyle John. Let's have a conversation. Michael John, why don't you come on up and let's talk about it? Because again, you're twisting what I said. Did I ever say he didn't want to hurt anybody? I don't know that man's feelings. I just said he could have had an insane loss of life, and he didn't. He chose a different path. Because he did. That's a fact. Emma Pam would rather just chirp in the comments. I offered to come up with her, and she's refusing. Oh, no. Excuse me. Not the buddy system. Allie, thank you for the $4 for I love you. I'm so sorry you're sick. I'm sorry I'm sick too, chat, because I'm sure listening to me hack is not a great time. I'm trying to be more aware so I can mute the mic, but, like, I'm just struggling. Oh, I have tea. I have tea in my kitchen right now. I should probably go make some tea. I bet tea would make me feel good. I think I have green tea. You guys remember in the winter when, like, I sounded like that chick from Monsters, Inc.? I'm watching you, Wazowski. That's the tea that I have. Whatever tea I bought then. Did you eat a lot of meat yesterday? Could have the meat sweats? No, Scott. I did not eat a lot of meat yesterday. Yesterday I made a ham and cheese quesadilla for, like, brunch with some sun-dried tomatoes and some fresh spinach. And for dinner, we did chicken parmesan bread bowls with a Caesar salad. My husband made them. They were delicious. Like, hold on, let me show you guys this picture of our bread bowls. Like, what the heck? What the heck, chat? It was very good. It was very, very good. I don't think he used it. We didn't have any eggs. We didn't use eggs. I don't think there was eggs used. But even if there was, we have chickens. We have our own eggs. Did you guys batter your chicken with raw egg? I don't think he did. I think he used olive oil because we didn't have any eggs. I don't see Pam looking upwards. But yeah, we have, oh my gosh, 9 chickens outside in the coop right now. We have 3 more brooding in the closet that are almost ready to go out. So that'll be 12 chickens altogether and 2 ducks. So yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. W Closet Chickens. Yeah, those are Tortilla, Julian, and I have a third one back there. Andrea, did I name it after you? I feel like I did. I feel like I was on the phone with you one day and I was like, do you want a chicken named after you? Do you have well or city water? I have city water. Sorry. Doing what in the closet? They're brooding, Dizzy, so they're in a tote back there in the closet with, like, their food and water. They've got to get a little bigger before they go out with the bigger chickens. Yep, Allie, your chicken is outside. Your chicken is in the coop already. So, yeah. Call her Andy. Love it. Yeah, the bill's gonna be insane, but the water company's gonna work with me, so it's gonna be fine. Andy is a really cute nickname. What the heck? Oh, Michael, that sucks. I don't live in city limits, though. So I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want, basically. Because at the end of the day, like, you can't even see my house from the road. So, like, Who's gonna come out here and tell me what not to do? Let me see, Mark. One hour and 33 minutes. My little town's trying to get allowed female chickens only in town. Yeah, roosters are kind of a nuisance, to be fair. So I feel like that's kind of valid. They're a bit of a noise issue. Excuse me. Guys, if you disagree with the background, please request up. Or call in if you're over on the Tubi or the Twitch. I see you guys over there just chilling. Where the heck? Oh, that's cool. Apple orchards are really fun. The wild turkeys come around and hang with the chickens at time. Michael John, I'm gonna be totally fucking honest. I hope to God my chickens don't attract wild turkeys. Because I'm not gonna lie, up until I raised these chickens, I was terrified of birds. I think I would be terrified of a turkey. Turkeys are tall. Turkeys are actually quite big. I do eventually want to make my way up to owning a ostrich, though. I do want to raise an ostrich. Oh, Dre's here for his daily bullshit. Right. His daily bullshit. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. Let's see. I'm looking, chat. Mark, they actually have those. They have turkins. Here, I'll show you what a turkin looks like. They're so ugly, and I almost bought some this year. But yeah, so turkins are turkeys and baby chicks together. Chat, in case you didn't know. And they, 1 second, Scott, I'll let you up here. They look something like this. Hi, Scott. Are you well, hello?
Hello?
So clever, Scott. I don't know if turkins lay good eggs. I have no idea. I don't know if they can breed. I didn't really do a lot of research on them. I just saw them as baby chicks, and they are so ugly. Geese lay awesome eggs, but geese are mean, Earl. Geese are mean as fuck. Quails are so little. I'd be terrified of getting quails. I'd be afraid to step on them. They're so small. Worth it for those fucking eggs? Absolutely not. All right, let's see what this live is about. Let's check this one out. I just cooked Derange and he kicked me? Of course he did. That's why he hates debating me, because he's always wrong.
The Stewie got Martha Stewart got jail time for trading. This dude,
$5 grand.
Man, I just trying to figure what's next with this dude.
YOLO, here's a second request.
What's next with him? Oh boy. Well, how much was that old B?
I think this is a friendly live chat. I thought it was pro-Trump. All right, YOLO, your First Amendment now gets revoked until you get the fallopian fortitude to come have a conversation with me. Right, Mustache. Absolutely. That's how deranged is. Yeah, that's why he won't debate me. It's not because he thinks I'm a liar or any of these weird made-up things that he's come up with on his own. It's because he can't debate me with facts. So, he has no idea what he's talking about 99.9% of the time. All right, let's see what we can find, chat. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I am not feeling great. I might go take a nap. Is this the guy who like hates me that says he's gonna get my accounts taken down? I think this is him. He said Clatterline resigned in July? What the fuck? That's crazy. Or that's wild. All right, let's listen in.
Exactly. That's a young generation.
These children want to work, unlike other
Jesus, what are we talking about? Oh my god, I hate
children
when they
that
do
don't
this.
want to work.
Right.
Yeah, they don't wanna live
The
off
thing
the
is
government
I had it bad when I was growing up. I was introduced to child labor, so I want the next generation to be introduced to the bad life I had.
Hey, the guy there in Texas.
You're
I'm
retarded.
72 years old. I'll tell you what.
So you want
I
it worse
started
for the
working
younger
when I was
generation.
6, and it did me
But that's
good.
your choice if you feel that you had a bad life. That's your choice. That's your
No,
you could have changed that around yourself.
What the
You could
fuck?
change that around yourself.
The older
What about
generation
personal
always complains how
responsibility?
hard it was growing up. And they say that now they want those hardships on the younger generation instead of being good people and wanting the younger generation to have an easier route.
So Harry, you would prefer kids
Is that
to
true or
be
not true?
just
Wait,
straight up
wait,
lazy?
wait. Our
Young
guest
people,
below
listen if
here.
you're
Hey,
strong.
Harry, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Let the
No, I
lady
like that.
below
I like
you
that.
speak.
Out because they know it's true.
Listen, I'm 53 years old, right? I never had a hard life. You know what I mean? I chose to do the certain
That's
things
not
that
the
I
lady
did.
under
You know what
him.
I'm saying? In life to make life hard. But you know what? I changed that around. You understand? It's life is not hard.
Not
You make
Tanya
life
yelling
hard.
at
That's what
Harry
Trump's
to
trying
let
tell
Ginny
you.
speak.
You understand?
And
It's
then
out there to go get
Ginny
it. And
not
he's
speaking.
opening up all doors. He's opening up every door that none of the presidents even ever did. I don't care. Listen.
The host is speaking.
I'm an African American, and
You
I hate
haven't listed
Obama.
one
I do
economic
not
thing
like
he's
Obama.
done.
What?
Okay, host, we have a young lady that came in. Hello.
They can't think of
Hi.
it.
Jenny, the American agent, where you calling from?
43, and I'm
Good morning.
from Wisconsin.
And who did you vote for?
I voted for Trump for the very first time in 2024 after being a Democrat my entire freaking life.
That's
Thank you very much.
You're getting a follow. Yeah, you got a follow.
Yeah, and I just want to say something.
That's what they are.
So I voted for Trump in 2024 after,
We just talking
like
about
I
him.
said, I was a Democrat voting since I was 18.
Stop voting Democrat.
I was a staunch Democrat. I hated the crap out of Trump.
So
Mind
you hate
you,
the Democrats. Go ahead.
I got my Facebook deleted. I didn't go to jail. They
You said
deleted
the
my
N-word on
Facebook from how much shit I would talk about
Go ahead.
Trump.
Keep going.
And it took for me to observe Biden's administration to see all the, and my brother was chirping in my ear too. He's like, I don't even know how you could be a Democrat. I don't even know.
It's so
We would
bad.
debate and talk shit to one another back and forth. I
No,
sat
so
and
bad.
I observed Biden's administration and seen the fucked up shit he was doing. I was like, wait, why is he just letting these like thousands of people in? And where the fuck is Kamala? Like, she just straight disappeared.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, Biden steps down, Kamala steps up. No Democrat debate.
Data center.
She got planted in. So I'm just like, I'm waiting for this debate. I was like, I want to see who's going to be the nominee for the the Democrats and stuff. But they're like, no.
Don't
We're just
nobody
going to
want to be
plant
the
her
nominee.
in.
Don't nobody want to be the nominee, a nominee for the Democrats. So blue.
Yes, no, yeah. So then
Democrats-
that was already pushing me to the edge, right?
No,
You know what pushed me over is
One minute.
Children go to war.
Hey. This is a host speaking, okay?
Rambling. Drink no substance.
Dude, I'm the host. You were talking to my friend.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, thank you. I hope you had a bungee cord on the way down. Oh, Emma.
Oops.
That's who you are. There you go, Emma. You and your little friends. Sneak right in here, Emma.
Hey, Trump is a piece of shit. He's a child rapist.
But yeah,
But
Matt,
why do you
where's
protest
that at? Where's
and
that
bitch
at?
about illegal rapists getting deported though?
Can you prove that, please?
Emma, you're not coming up, you sneaky little fuck that reports everybody's accounts and gets them taken down.
Can you prove that? I want that dude that said that Trump was a pedophile. Can you prove?
Never once have I reported anyone's account and have them taken down. It's wild work. There's 14 people in there. Go say hi from Emma's stream chat.
That they protest for them to stay. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense.
It can't make sense.
They're gonna like, oh, Trump is a PDF. Prove it. They don't have no proof, but
That's
they
not
do
true.
turn
We do
around
have
and
proof. We
cry
literally
and
have
bitch
proof from
and
the Epstein
moan
Transparency
about
Act.
illegal PDFs getting deported. Make it make sense.
No, that's not true. If they're convicted of pedophilia and they are charged with like a felony after they serve their time, they're deported. What do you mean?
For depravity. I mean,
Oh yeah, yep. Or they call you a homophobe or a transphobe, and I was like, sorry, I'm just pro reality. I'm pro reality.
Emma, don't get freed in my live. Why don't you ask Emma what she did the last time?
I didn't do anything.
Emma come in here and mass reported my live till it got
No, I
taken
didn't.
down for nothing.
No, I didn't.
That's what you guys do on Emma's
That
side.
never
the
happened.
blue wave.
That's
Bullshit.
how that's the miserable wave. That's
That
the toilet
never
flush.
happened.
Yeah, Emma comes in here and she mass reports. Yeah, she did.
That literally never happened. There's 15 people in there.
Within his first 100 days, dude. Like,
I know he signed 496 executive orders already.
They don't even know what an executive order does.
What's wrong with people?
You know what? And I was those people. It's freaking disgusting that I was those people.
W getting blocked, Darcy. I got blocked too.
I love Trump. I love him. And I don't believe in the
There she
government.
go.
God bless America and my president.
Here's the thing: they all say they.
All right, guys, let's tap the screen. Let's share the live. Let's do
listen.
all of the good things. We've been live for 47 minutes. We're only at 35,000 taps. So I think here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to hit a quick reset. I am going to go make a cup of tea and refill my water bottle. We're going to hit a quick reset, and when we come back, you guys are going to tap the fuck out of this screen. Put a 1 in the chat if we have a deal. Okay. I'm holding y'all to it. Get your tappers out. Do whatever you need to do. I don't care. But we're going to tap the fuck out of the screen. YouTube, Twitch, you guys hang out. Nothing's going to happen to you guys over there. You're just going to be hanging out. You won't hear anything, though, and you'll just see this box. All right, we'll BRB chat. And we are back, chat. All right, let's do this. We have secured the tea, everybody. Tea is secured. Okay. Welcome back in, everybody. Where's my phone? Let's get to tapping the screen, sharing the live. Let's see if we can get some debates in here. All right, let's go. Nope, that's not me. That's me. I'm going to help you guys tippity tap the screen here. All right, chat. Let's freaking do it. Hi, Jen. Look, guys, tea is secured. Hell yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it tastes really good. I can't believe I forgot I had tea. Don't interrupt me, I'm tapping. Deal. Okay, I got you. Concentrate. You got this. All right, everybody. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's get this pushed out into the algorithm. Hopefully, we can get some Trump supporters in here, or just people who disagree, to come chat with us this morning. Also, guys, if we could go ahead and get this dollar and change train for change moving, that would help me out immensely. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be on today. Right now, the boy is busy with chores and his father, but eventually he's going to want to come play his video game, because I promised him that he would, that he could. Whew. Heyo! Hi, Allie. Hi-lo, everybody. Hi-lo. All right. Let's go. TikTok, let's go. Do. Not gonna lie, this tea is really freaking good. I love honey. Is it just me, or do I sound better already from drinking the tea? Because I feel like I sound better, but maybe that's just, what do they call that? A placebo? Maybe it's just the placebo effect. Tea and honey are for real magic. And it's also in this really cool mug. Bonus points if anybody can tell me who this is. Does anybody know who this man is? No, it's not Kai from the Vampire Diaries. Nope, not Jared Padalecki. Some random guy. No, chat. Oh my god. You guys are not nerdy enough. If you don't know who this is. It's not Jesus. It's not Keanu Reeves. Oh no. Daddy. Oh my god. Okay. Chat. I don't want to say I'm disappointed. But I'm fucking disappointed. The guy from Monty Python? Has anyone here heard of Vox Machina? Or Critical Role? Has anyone played Baldur's Gate? Hold on. Before I go into it. Yes, it's Matt Mercer, Lightning! Yes! So hold on just a second, guys. I just want to point out, Blue Devil here in the chat said, put a bag on. Put a bag on while he's out here trying to catfish women with this photo. We know that ain't you, brother. That ain't you. I could run this through a fucking reverse image search right now and find 30 other catfish profiles with this picture. But yes, it's Jesus Matthew Mercer. Hello, is it George or Jorge?
Either or. You
Okay.
can just go Jorge, I guess.
I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Can I have your age for TikTok?
Yeah, I'm 33.
And what state are you from?
Am I from?
What state do you vote in? What state do you vote in?
Oh, I'm in California right now.
Cool. And did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
All right, Jorge, we have some subjects above me, or we can talk about current events. What tickles your fancy?
What's wrong with the DSA? It's an interesting one. I don't think we're gonna agree on any of the other ones. So, yeah, I guess what's wrong with the DSA? Seems interesting.
What do you think
Seems
is
new.
wrong with the DSA?
Yeah, I think their policy platform is pretty incompatible with U.S. principles. I think if you believe in, well, they want to abolish property rights. This country was founded on, life, liberty, property. If you're looking to abolish capitalism and destroy property rights, I mean, I can't think of a more
Time out. We don't have
capitalist.
property rights right now.
We do.
No, we don't.
I own property. We do.
Do you pay property taxes?
Well, DeSantis is trying to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I'm from Florida, so.
You pay property taxes. Hold on, stop. Jorge.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Okay. No, I'm
You pay property taxes. What happens if you don't pay your property taxes?
Well, if you don't pay any tax, you
Not
go to
any
jail.
tax. Jorge. Stop. Let's have like a genuine conversation.
Yeah,
here, buddy.
I answered your question.
You're
you
not.
go to jail.
No, because you don't go to jail for not paying your property taxes. That's wrong.
Do you not?
No, you get your property seized.
Oh, even better. Even better.
So do you own your property if the government can come just take it from you because you were going to pay on it for the rest of your life?
No, and you're
So then
arguing
we
like a
don't have
libertarian.
property. So then we don't have property rights right now.
Well, property, like housing and rental is not the only property that exists. Like you can own, like there's property.
Show me where on the DSA it says they want to get rid of property rights. I'm on the DSA website right now.
Well, that's their whole goal is to abolish is to own the means of production, which is a form of saying that your corporation will be seized by the government for redistributive
That has
purpose.
nothing to do with your personal property. So your home's not going to be community owned.
Your corporation is your property. Your business, your store, your bodega, your market.
Mm-hmm. So Donald Trump's already doing that, though, right? Whenever he purchased stock on behalf of us, when he purchased stock. Hello?
Yeah. Yes.
Why is it every time I go to make a noise, you have to make a noise? Why?
No, I stopped.
How about you just...
When you started talking, I stopped.
Just stop. Just stop in general. Allow someone to respond to you, because every time I open my mouth, you try to say something. Stop it. It's annoying.
I mean, when you started talking, I stopped, but whatever.
But Jorge, was I supposed to respond to the thing you said, yes or no?
Yeah, you said yes. And you
so
said,
then when I started talking, you starting to talk, regardless if you stopped or not, was irrelevant and shouldn't have happened, correct?
I mean, I stopped when you started.
I stopped when you started, so it makes it better that every time you've opened your mouth, I've started talking and then stopped. It just makes it so much better that I've interrupted you every time you've opened your mouth because I stopped.
Well, if you're interjecting. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
No, thank you. I think I'll just have a new conversation because it's fucking annoying. You guys are fucking annoying. Donald Trump has done the exact same thing, purchasing stocks in Intel, Nvidia, other things on behalf of the tax-paying American citizen. That's the means of production being owned by the people, which is fucking socialism. You already voted for socialism. Like, make it make fucking sense. My God. Manners. Whatever happened to manners, chat? Matt and Jorge both say I'm wrong. Under socialism, the idea is that the community or the state controls key industries, ensuring that everyone benefits from shared resources. Okay? Why did Trump purchase stock on behalf of the people for Intel? Let's see. President Trump revealed that the United States acquired a 10% stake in Intel, involving an $8.9 billion investment in the chipmaker. The investment compromises $5.7 billion from the CHIPS Act and $3.2 billion from the Defense Department's Secure Enclave program, totaling $11.1 billion in government support. Right? So we invested in Intel as the U.S. government, which means we, the people, own that, which is socialism. Hello? How is that not socialism? Uh-oh, I hear my son. Oh, this is just honey at the bottom. Hi,
Hey,
Itachi.
hello.
Are you a Trump supporter?
No. I just wanted to ask, what do you think of the new law passed in Massachusetts with the law abortion?
I think they did exactly what they're supposed to do by leaving the decision up to the medical professional and the woman involved. That's all that it is, right? So no woman is able to get an elective abortion past 24 weeks. That's not what the law says. The law states that a medical professional is allowed to use their medical expertise and not have to go through... Here, hold on. I was going to make a video on this, so I took a screenshot of the bill yesterday so I could just read it out for you. It's really not that long.
Okay.
So it literally says right here. So before, right, there was four things that they had to... How do they put it? Section 1, Section 12N of Chapter 122 of the General Laws, as appearing in the 2024 official edition, is hereby amended by striking out in lines 1 to 9, inclusive, the words, no abortion may be performed except by a physician, and only if in the best medical judgment of the physician it is 1, necessary to preserve the life of the patient, 2, necessary to preserve the patient's physical or mental health, 3, warranted because of a lethal fetal anomaly or diagnosis, or 4, warranted because of a grave fetal diagnosis that indicates that the fetus is incompatible with sustained life outside of the uterus without extraordinary medical intervention. And inserting in place thereof the following words. An abortion may be performed by a physician based upon the professional judgment of the physician. So, Section 2 said, Chapter 112 is hereby further amended by striking out Section 12N1-2 and inserting in place thereof the following section. No medical review process shall override the professional judgment of a treating physician and a patient or the patient's healthcare proxy to provide an abortion consistent with Section 12N. So what this means is now, instead of... They had to take the 4 things that I listed into account independently and with an open mind, and those things had to be documented, and so that meant, like, women, for example, who went to an ultrasound and found that her fetus no longer had a heartbeat. She would have to potentially go through 2 or 3 more ultrasounds to confirm that heartbeat was gone before receiving medical care. She no longer has to do that. The physician is now allowed, based on their best medical expertise, their medical judgment, allowed to perform an abortion in instances where it's necessary.
Okay, I took down some notes of what you're saying, and I noticed one reason you said for her physical or mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So that seemed, for elective reasons, that seemed kind of like you could just get an abortion if you're like mentally unstable, meaning like you're not financially unstable, you're not ready to take care of a child, things like that. I just wanted to ask you, if a woman did walk into a clinic and let's say she found out she was pregnant, let's say like 30 weeks, and she's like, I really just don't want this baby. And they say, hey, we can perform a lethal abortion. Would you find anything wrong with that?
Nobody would do that.
Well, I'm not. Okay, the question is, would you find anything wrong with that?
I'm not going to entertain a hypothetical when nobody would do that. They would literally just put her into labor and she would birth a child.
Wait, you don't think anyone would get an abortion at 20 weeks?
That's not what I said. You said 30 weeks.
Yeah, no, I'm asking.
20
Like,
weeks,
okay, do you think someone will get?
20 weeks is before the point of viability. You are absolutely allowed to get an abortion. So this is for, like, this specific legislation is for abortions past 24 weeks.
Okay, so like, what would be the issue under your view of getting an abortion at 30 weeks? Why would that be so bad versus 24 weeks? What's a 6-week difference? Like, what's the big deal?
So here's the thing, right? So 24 weeks, right? If you guys genuinely had a problem with this, you should have never overturned Roe v. Wade to begin with. Because abortion under Roe v. Wade was protected up until 24 weeks, which is viability. And it allowed women for 24 weeks or under to have an elective abortion. And that right was protected individually in each state. Past 24 weeks, there are people who have late-term abortions, but not because they want to, right? So, like, for example, there's a woman in Florida, I believe her name is Deborah Dorbit, who found out that her firstborn child was going to be born without organs that he needed to sustain life. Normally, she'd be given the option of an abortion, but because of Florida laws, she was no longer given that option. So instead, Deborah had to carry her son to term, birth him, and then hold him for 90 minutes as he suffocated to death in her arms. Does that seem more humane?
Yeah, this isn't really. Well, no, I don't. But like, that isn't answering my question. Like, my question was,
because I'm not going to answer a hypothetical, right? Nobody is doing that. If a woman,
when you say nobody, do you mean?
Show me.
Do you
Show
mean
me one
like?
person who has an elective abortion past 24 weeks and a doctor who performs it.
Well, I think they like, was it a non-disclosure or something? I forgot. Like, they're not going to like disclose people who do get elective abortions. But the question is,
that would have to be on a federal level. Show me anywhere where that's happened.
I mean, the DuPont clinic. I'm pretty sure there's a clinic. It's like 32 weeks, for any reason you want.
DuPont clinic, what state?
It's like in DC, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. Services.
I mean, this is like low-key a dodge, but
it's not.
I mean, it is. I'm just asking you, do you think that should be allowed? It's pretty simple. Because I think pro-choicers don't want to say the quiet part out loud, so I'm just asking.
What do you mean? We literally say that we support a woman's choice, period. How is that not saying the quiet part out loud? Choice?
Okay. Just so, would you support her choice, period? They're at 30 weeks. Would you support that if she was lethally terminated?
That. Like that's the thing.
Not. That was not the question.
No, stop. What you're trying to do here is you're trying to make a boogeyman of an issue. You're trying to get me to say,
if she's dodging, put a 1.
Itachi, stop. What you're trying to do right now, Itachi, I will drop you and finish what I have to say if you don't have some self-control. Stop it. So what you're trying to do right now is you're trying to get me to confirm and create a boogeyman with you that doesn't happen. Right? Stop. I'm not going to warn you again. If you unmute one more time, you're just going to get dropped. Because in these conversations, if you do not allow a person to finish their thought, they get lost in their thought, and then the conversation gets derailed, right? You're trying to get me to create a boogeyman with you and confirm that this thing is happening, when in reality, nobody is doing that. Women are now dying because of these boogeymen that you guys created, right? You guys said late-term elective abortions were happening, and they were happening so often that they were just killing children, right? Donald Trump said they were
not what I said.
Bye, Itachi. Donald Trump said they were killing babies after birth. That literally never happened. I'm not talking about you specifically and things that you said. I'm talking about your party and the people that you hang out with, right? These are things that the right has said. These are things that conservatives have said. They created a boogeyman. They took rights away from women between themselves and their doctors, and now women are dying So no, I'm not going to sit here and live in your hypothetical of if a woman just decided that she didn't want this anymore at 30 weeks, would you support her? I'm not going to create your boogeyman for you so you can continue to perpetrate the rhetoric that is killing women. Sorry, won't do it. Hi, Clown. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Can I have your age for TikTok?
Yeah, 19.
And what state are you from?
Not from a statement.
Okay. Where are you from?
UK.
Cool, cool. So I got some subjects to the top, or we can talk about current events. What tickles your fancy?
Yeah, I want to talk about abortion.
Of course you do. All right. Where is a woman's uvula?
What?
Where is a woman's uvula?
Why is that relevant? Do you want to
Because
give me a pro-choice view?
if you don't understand anatomy, what makes you think that you get to support any type of legislation that leads to women dying? How does that make sense?
Can you just give me the view?
No. Can you answer my question? Where's a woman's uvula?
Well, you already ran from Itachi. Don't run from me. Just give me the view.
Where is a woman's uvula?
Just give me the view.
Okay, here. Let's do a little social experiment here. Okay, so I'm going to give you a question, and regardless,
Anything but the view,
hold on,
bro.
stop, clown, cut it out. I'm gonna give you a
Do you want to
question.
tell me what you had for breakfast? Like, what's going on?
Clown, I will just move on. Okay, this is my show. I don't know what makes you men think that you have any say so of what happens here, how these conversations go, anything like that, because you don't. Right? I come on here every single day. I have these conversations, I make my money, I educate people, I entertain people, and then I leave. So if you want to be a part of the show, the platform that I'm giving you right now, have some self-control or I'll just move on. Do you understand?
That's fine. You can
Great.
talk about
So again,
you can talk
I'm
about
going
something
to give you a
irrelevant if you
question.
like. Yeah.
It's not irrelevant. So there is no wrong answer in this question, okay? So either way that you answer, there's going to be a solution to end all abortions, okay? I have a solution for either way. I just need you to answer honestly. So in this question, there are two groups of people. So sorry, I'm sick. There are the group of people that can get pregnant, and there are the group of people that get people pregnant. These groups of people have been studied throughout history, okay? One group of people admittedly uses birth control and contraceptives 80% of the time or more to prevent a pregnancy from happening, so they either don't have to worry about becoming a parent or they don't have to worry about the conversation of an abortion. The other group of people admittedly only uses contraceptive or birth control 30% or less of the time for the same reason. So if we were to write legislation that ends all abortions, right? Should it be against the 80% or the 30%?
Yeah, look, whoever unalive children, it should be against them.
So we're just avoiding the question. I'll just move on. Have a great day,
Are
Clown.
you seriously gonna run? Are you serious?
It's not a run. You're not engaging. I don't know why you guys think telling me I'm running is gonna like affect me when you're not engaging in a conversation. Hi, unused
I made it
Russian
in,
cream. Are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm a supporter of like women and stuff like that. I just wanted to be like, please, y'all take this shit fucking seriously. Like, she's up here trying to educate people and stuff like that. Like, please take this shit seriously. Women's health is very important. Like, y'all, I'm sorry. I can't with the fucking trolls and stuff like that. I come up here to be educated. I come up here to fucking learn about what women are going through and shit like that. And y'all are just coming up here asking a bunch of fucking bullshit ass questions for her. Like, dude, just answer the questions that she has. Fucking come here to learn. Like, good God.
You know what?
Jesus
W.
Christ.
I hate your name,
Thank you.
but W.
Look, it's because I smoke weed.
You know what? I
Unused
like
Russian cream. It's not an unused Russian's cream. It's an unused Russian cream.
it. Okay. You have a great day, okay?
You too. Have a good day.
Clown, let me know if you're ready to answer the question in the chat, and I'll let you back up. Here's the thing, chat. They don't want to engage in a conversation because, one, they don't want to be proven about the fact that they don't understand women's anatomy, and they also don't understand their own anatomy. Therefore, they should mind their own bodies, not anyone else's. They also don't want to answer the question because at the end of the day, they know in their worldview, it's just about controlling women. Even though I can only get pregnant about 1.3 times a year, and they can get literally 365 women pregnant if they tried hard enough or more. So, like, Stinky Bones, I sure did. I asked about a uvula because 99.9% of the time, they say that a woman's uvula is below her belt. And then when asked where their uvula is, they say that they don't have one. which proves the question that they don't know anything about their own bodies, let alone women's bodies. Like, that's why I asked that question. So, Clown, let me know if you're ready to answer the question in the chat, and I'll let you back up. Easy peasy. They debate abortion daily. They know more about this topic than you do. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I'm sure as grown men, they spend their entire time debating women's healthcare because they have no idea about women's bodies or what women go through. I'm sure they're both excellent fathers. Do they have kids? DSA is the Democratic Socialists of America, Spades. Abortion isn't healthcare. Such a wild thing to say, guys. Such a wild thing to say when you literally have to go to a doctor. Well, Clown, I asked you, are you going to answer my question? Tell me in the chat if you're going to answer my question. I've literally told you 3 times now. Let me know in the chat if you're going to answer my question. And you just keep ignoring it. So, sure I will. Great. All right. So, Clown, are we writing legislation against the 80% who are being responsible or the 30% who are being irresponsible?
We'll just write it against both.
Have a great day, Clown. Great, both. So we ban all abortions and vasectomies for all men, and now we no longer have to worry about unwanted pregnancies in America or in the world as a whole. Wonderful. Go sign up for your vasectomy now. Host, have you considered being pro-life? No, I am pro-choice. It's just wild. His answer was both, so it was a non-answer. Right, just bad faith. Non-answer. Now they've just got a bunch of trolls in the chat. That's fine, guys. Keep pushing me into the algorithm. It's totally okay. All right, chat, let's get back into some MAGA hunting. I'm sure some brave Trump supporters will eventually enter the queue. Until then, let's see what we can find on the TikTok streets. Sure, if both is an answer, then we continue with the legislation we currently have in place and all men get vasectomies at puberty. So go sign up for your vasectomies. Now abortion's done. We don't have to worry about it anymore. So there's no reason to continue having this conversation, right? Vasectomies for everybody. Yay! You can't answer. That's such a silly thing. You can't answer. I want you to recognize right now that your party convinced you that, quote unquote, men were infiltrating women's sports and it was dangerous to women in sports, right? And yet you can't name 5 transgender athletes to even begin with to verify what you're saying, right? 0 of them are in the WNBA, but imagine being so brainwashed by your party that they've convinced you that men and women's sports is a problem, so you cheer on the cis men joining women's sports. Imagine being such a sheep. Hi, Michael. Are you a Trump supporter?
No,
Can I have your age for TikTok?
absolutely. 22.
Is there something that brought you up?
Well, I mean, it was mainly it's all mental, it's no men, but just very quickly, because you said something at the very end I just kind of want to address. So, even though, like, you're saying, like, the whole trans men or stuff in, like, sports, even though you're saying, like, there's not enough for you to consider it to be an issue, don't you think that the fact that it could happen and the fact that it's possible to happen is an issue in and of itself, or
No.
no?
Trans women are women. Trans men are men.
Then why are you calling them trans if they are? You wouldn't have to put the trans label
Well, because...
if they truly were.
Huh?
If they truly were women or men, you wouldn't have to say that they're trans women or
So,
men.
I mean,
You would just say
I
they're
hope
women.
I hope one day we get to that point in society where they don't feel like they have to describe themselves as trans women or trans men. But, like, literally when their lives are in danger, when we're writing legislation about where they can take a piss, like, these are the things that, like they have to do, right? Because society forces them to do it. So, like, for example, right, Leah Thomas is a transgender athlete who swims. Leah Thomas has to undergo invasive testing to make sure that her, like, estrogen levels and things are within that of her co-competitors. right?
Yeah,
and that's totally fine.
So Emma, I guess maybe because again, I know I was definitely going more towards the trans part, but I guess maybe the trans part will also kind of help with the it's all mental, it's no men. So if there's a trans man, do you also believe that they fall in the it's all mental, it's no men category?
Just not in the way that you think.
So I guess maybe we could just explain a little more. Like,
so hold on. What is your understanding of the it's all mental, it's no men movement?
As far as my understanding, because I've seen different things on TikTok being said, but I would say it's like women are just fearful of men being violent towards them, so they see every man as a threat. If I'm not mistaken, is that the gist of it?
So Michael, it's all mental, it's no men. You and I are best buds, right? Like we have a secret handshake. We've been best buddies since childbirth, right? You would take a bullet for me. I would take a bullet for you. We're in there, okay? And we're invited to a party. It's potluck. You're bringing something savory, so I'm bringing something sweet. I have a big bowl of Skittles. And I'm like, Michael, brother, I love you so much. I would never want anything to happen to you, so I'm just going to let you know before we go in here. I placed a handful of poison Skittles in this bowl. Are you going to eat the Skittles?
Sorry, what are we talking about even at this point? You kind of lost me halfway through.
Have a great day, Michael. That's how I know you don't want to have a genuine discussion. It's not hard to follow. The correct answer would be, I'm not going to eat the Skittles because I don't want to be poisoned. I'm also going to tell other people that you poisoned the Skittles. Which leads us to the point of it's all men until it's no men. We're not discounting that good men exist. We're saying until those good men stand up against the patriarchy and against men who are unsafe and create safe spaces and equity within this world for us to exist, it's going to be all men until it's no men. Trans men are included in that because men are the number one perpetrators of violence. They're also the number one perpetrators of violence against men, including trans men. So trans men are included, just not in the way that you think. And if you don't want to have a genuine conversation, then don't even request up. I'm tired of it. It's ridiculous. It's called an analogy, Michael. Not Michael in the chat saying I didn't want to have a genuine discussion. Be so fucking for real, Michael. Oh, look, our biggest fan, Salty, is here. Salty, is your boy Andrew still scared to go live? I think that's cute. Jess Raid, W Jess Raiders. I did, Michael. I did. Like, it's just wild. W Jess Raiders. Go away, Michael. I'm not interested in talking to you. Hi, Moth. I love you. W Jess Raiders. Now tap that screen and share the live and do all the good things, chat. So far, we have just had a bunch of disingenuous ass men come try to have a conversation, and it's really fucking annoying. I am really annoyed. Da, 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 da. Yeah, boondocking, we're not going to be ableist. That's gross behavior. Please don't do that in the chat. That's really disgusting. W Jess Raiders. Cody, that's the thing. So if they're not listening to the things that you have to say in a conversation, right, then it's not really a debate to begin with because they're not trying to actually respond to you. They're not engaging. Hi, Chubbs. Are you a Trump supporter?
No, ma'am. I'm just gonna come up here. The other dude trying to say 21.
Thanks.
The last dude coming up here, like, just genuinely not trying to have a conversation, but then arguing it's not all men until it's no men. It's like, come on, dude. You're one of the points of, like, he probably calls himself a good guy. He's like, oh, I would never do something like that. But that's not the point. It's also holding the people around you accountable, holding the men that you don't know but you hear of accountable. And it's just a fact of, as a society, we don't. We kind of, like to throw stuff under the rug and make it go hush hush, but that's not okay. And like, yeah, so not all men are, and that's not the point, Jake. Not all men are bad. That's not the point of it's all men until it's no men. That's not the point. It's the point of the bad men are usually being protected by other bad men, and sometimes even good men, or quote unquote good men. Although I don't think you're a good man if you're sitting here and supporting somebody who
It's the same
essays or
reason.
anything like that.
It's the same reason we say ACAB, right? Not all cops are bad, but if you are a good cop and you're protecting someone who you know is a bad cop, that makes you bad.
Exactly, and it's
Thanks for coming up, Chubbs. I hope you have a great day.
You too.
Bye. All right, chat. Let's freaking go. There's 158 people in here right now. If less than half of you each sent $1 to the Dollar and Change Train for Change, we could literally have this goal knocked the fuck out. And I could go take a nap. Because your girl is still sick, and I hate it. Hold on, let me check. Okay, I already got that one. Gen X, thank you for the $5 for he couldn't track the conversation because testicles. All right. Oh my god, I can't breathe. So I think we're at 33. W. Oh, Nicole, also thank you for the $1 for hearts. I love you so much. Whew. All right, so now we're at 34. Hi, Jake. Are you a Trump supporter?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you a Trump supporter?
Actually, no. I'm indifferent on politics. I don't feel much of that. I was actually joining before about the all men versus no men. I missed the point a little bit on that. If you could just really quickly build on that a little bit for me.
Yeah. So I like to use an analogy. I like to use an analogy when talking about this. So Jake, you and I are best friends, right? Like super, super best friends. The closest to close we could ever be. And we're going to a party. It's a potluck. You're bringing something savory. I'm bringing something sweet. So I lean over to you and I'm like, Jake, brother, I love you so much. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. So I'm going to let you know I put a handful of poison Skittles in this bowl of Skittles. Are you going to eat any of the Skittles, Jake?
No.
Are you going to tell anyone else about the Skittles?
I mean, probably.
Right.
So
when we're talking about it's all men till it's no men, right? That's all that we're pointing out is that men are the #1 perpetrators of violence in the world against men, women, and everybody in between. Men are the ones who benefit the most from the patriarchy. So until we have genuine safety and equity in this world, this big floating rock in space that none of us can get off of, we need men like you who would do the right thing to stand up against the men who don't.
Correct.
That's it. That's it's all men till it's no men.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. So I guess what I kind of thought we were getting at before was more of like all men are evil, all men are bad. Because I have been seeing a couple lives just in the past couple of days, people saying, "Oh yeah, literally all men are bad. It's we can survive without men," and it's more of like I don't know. It's more of a hate argument than anything, and I kind of just don't stand for that stuff. So.
Let's be so for real, Jake. I don't know how long you've been involved in or around on Debate Talk, but this past 6 months, probably even longer, Debate Talk has devolved into madness, right? It's now a bunch of rage-baity topics, like should broke men be allowed to date? Is child support a scam? Right. It's a bunch of... So you probably do see people hosting the It's All Men Till It's No Men lives and being a bit radical about it. Because at the end of the day, they're trying to do the blood sport thing because people make money on this app.
Yeah, you're right.
So.
All right. Well,
probably
I guess I don't really have
being a little rage baity, you know.
Yep. Well, I appreciate your time, and I won't take any. I'll let someone else come up here.
Have a great day, Jake.
You too. Thank you.
Cody, if you'd like to come up and have a conversation, you can. It's weird. Also, women can survive without men. I agree. I think what he's talking about, Jen, is like I've seen maybe 1 or 2 of them. I don't think they're as rampant as people want us to believe they are, but there are like 1 or 2 people who I think are trolling, to be honest, because I sat in their lives for a little bit and listened, who are saying things like genocide all men, and I'm like, no. Hey, Dixon, are you a Trump supporter?
Absolutely.
Can I have your age for TikTok?
40. I mean, you have no duty to investigate, but I'm 40.
Well, for TikTok terms of service, I just have to make sure you're over 18.
Right.
What state do you vote
Yeah,
out
you
of?
don't. Yeah, you're not required to ask, but that's fine. It's your room. You can do what you want.
What state do you vote out of?
What's that?
What state do you vote out of?
Out west, Arizona.
Okay, cool.
We'll say
So
Arizona.
I'm in Indiana. So I mean, I'm like Midwest area.
Yeah,
if that makes you feel better. So
Who's
I
your
have-
town?
Yeah. Hoosiers. Anyway, I got some subjects at the top, or we can talk about current events.
Yeah. So I'm a Republican. I guess we can all be hypocrites. I don't think I'm a hypocrite because I'm a Republican. How many kids do you have?
2.
Okay. So you teach your kids what you want. I don't need my kid, although my kids are all not in public schools, never were, thank God. I don't need them to be taught the confusing nature of the LGBTQ bullshit.
Hard stop.
something
Time
you can
out.
certainly do.
Time out. Time out. We're talking about 2 different things.
Time out. Okay. Put me in the
So-
corner. Time out. Time out.
We're talking about 2 different things here now, right? So when I talk about like the Republicans are hypocrites, okay? Have you heard about? I'm sure being in Arizona, you heard about Eric Swalwell, right?
Eric Swallowwell, absolutely.
Right,
That's
and you
right.
heard
The
about-
one that slept with the Chinese spy, absolutely. From
And you heard
California.
about Graham Plattner, correct?
Yep, from Maine, the
Right.
Nazi guy, right?
Cool. So how do you feel about Max Miller?
Who?
Max Miller.
I have no idea who that is.
Right. This is you just proving your hypocrisy in real time. Okay?
Because I don't know who he is.
Yeah. Because Max
Okay.
Miller has made numerous headlines. He is a Republican.
Not where I
congressperson.
live.
He is
Not where I live.
yes, I promise you he has. Right? So
Yeah,
here, look,
yeah.
let's look it up. Max Miller,
Yeah, not where I live.
Arizona.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Who's
so we're,
who's
hold
who's
on,
Ryan
stop,
Phillips?
Stop.
Who's Ryan Phillips?
Let me prove my point. Okay?
No, that honey pie. That's not what hypocrisy is.
Well,
that's not hypocrisy.
So I can show you the hypocrisy if
Maybe
you
you
let
should-
me get to my point, Dixon.
The-
I can show you the hypocrisy if you let me get
Honey
to my
pie-
point. All right, so Dixon, request back up when you can have a back and forth. The hypocrisy here is Max Miller has made national headlines because Max Miller is a sitting representative right now who has credible allegations of pouring boiling water on his wife's chest, breaking his 2-year-old's clavicle, posting a photo of his naked toddler on the internet, holding a gun to his wife's head, and abusing 2 other girlfriends. And not only are these credible allegations against Max Miller being made, but the Republican Party is not calling for him to resign and allowing him to run for re-election. So if you would have let me finish the point, I would be able to prove the hypocrisy, right? Because when credible allegations came out against Graham Plattner, we made him drop out. When credible allegations came out against Eric Swalwell, we made him resign and drop out of the governor's race. You guys don't care about that. Literally proved your hypocrisy in real time. Wild. Anyway, guys, let's tap the screen, share the live, keep doing all of the good things. I would climb Hassan Piker like a tree, absolutely. Just saying. I don't watch Hassan Piker. I just think he's hot. So I don't know if that makes me a fan, but like. Ooh, Finn, W being at the beach. On a Sunday, Emma? Really? In front of my dad? Well, everyone say hi to Ray. I love how Ray tried to be like, 6th Amendment. Like, that matters, Ray. So for the chat, right, because I had to refresh my memory as well. The 6th Amendment says, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. So, hold on. Did that matter when Donald Trump was found guilty 34 times, or when he was found civilly responsible for forcibly and deliberately penetrating a woman against her will? Did we allow Graham Plattner and Eric Swalwell their 6th Amendment? Or did we just boot them from the party? Did we just boot them from the party because they had credible allegations? Again, Ray, just proving your hypocrisy. You support predators, babe. You support predators, and yet you still sat on public panels, Ray, calling for them to drop out. I remember it, Ray. I remember you talking so much shit about Eric Swalwell and Graham Plattner, but you didn't say shit about Max Miller. Max Miller's not being charged either. Why is he still a representative, Ray? Why is he still a representative, Ray? We're not going to do transphobia here, Max. Have a great day. Because he hasn't been charged and convicted. Neither were Graham and Eric Swalwell, but you wanted them to drop out, right? Right, Ray? Ray, did you say Eric Swalwell should resign and drop out of the governor's race? Yes or no? My favorite sweet treat? Any Reese's, like, holiday themed, like the pumpkins, the trees, the eggs, those are peak Reese's cups. Hi, Jess.
I'm, I just went on this whole rant on my live before we came and rated you. And then I come here and your goal's only 34 of 100. And it just makes me so sad because I feel like people don't really actually care what we're talking about. Like, honestly, I don't know how to express more to anybody, but let's try and get Emma's goal down. I love you guys. And I know a lot of you guys help out every day. And Kiara is a fucking MVP always. Like, I know that a lot of people try to help out, but let's try to get this done.
Kiara, thank you so much for the $63.04. For the doesn't give me
best.
It doesn't give me a note. But thank you. I appreciate you so much, Kiara.
Honestly, Kiara is like the fucking biggest W because she's one of the most selfless people that I've ever met in my entire life. But
Between Kiara and Earl, I don't know if you've ever experienced Earl, Jess. But Earl single-handedly, Earl single-handedly knocks out my goal like almost every fucking day.
Aw. Yeah, I haven't. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle, but it's okay. As long as everybody else is doing what they need to do and getting everything. Crystal's doing good, you're doing good, it's all that matters. We're doing great.
So Earl chat, like Earl has donated, so I've been trying to figure out something like really nice to do for Earl, because as you guys know here, Earl is the fucking MVP of all MVPs. He constantly finishes out the goal. I know he is always getting you guys in the chat to like engage and like pestering y'all about donating as well, which I think you guys like because no one's complained, right? So Earl actually has like permanent power to like pop and op, but I have ultimate veto decision on that because I was like, Earl, what can I give you for like just being fucking great? Like what? Oh, he also has a chicken named after him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jess has a duck, Earl has a chicken. Hi, CLD. Are you a Trump supporter?
What's
CLD?
up, Chad? How you doing?
Are you a Trump supporter?
Well, yeah,
Okay, can I have your age for TikTok?
I am 38,
Cool, cool. And what state do you vote out of?
North Carolina.
All right, so I have some subjects above me, or we can talk about current events. What tickles your fancy?
Current events.
Sure, what would you like to talk about?
So, you Democrat, right?
I am a Democratic Socialist.
Oh. Okay. So, what do you agree with?
What the heck? The topic's on the
No. I'm
screen.
just saying, though, like, y'all are so leftist, like, as well.
I'm not a liberal, nor am I a Democrat. You were speaking to Emma, so don't say y'all.
No, like, I've been talking to, like, different people on here.
CLD, can you just give me 1 second? Angry atheist, we don't do that here.
Yeah,
Guys, no ableism.
No ableism, absolutely not. Kiara, thank you for the hold on, I don't know what it changed it to. The $4.78. It finishes out the goal.
Yeah.
W here.
I laughed at Biden too, so bye.
Why would you laugh at Biden?
What? Whoa. Hello? Is he left? Okay.
Yeah, he just yeeted himself.
Okay. Goals done for the
So I had an interesting live. And there was this woman that came on that was fucking amazing, and she said something that sent shockwaves through my whole chat, and I just think it would be really important to tell you. She said, protection is a behavior, not a chromosome.
Oh.
Yup.
Oh,
Yep.
guys, we have the lovely Abood here today. As you guys know, Abood is one of our friends who is a mother in Gaza. So if you guys have any extra coins, please send them to Abood so we can help out. Hi, Abood. I hope you are well. But yeah, that's what I love that. Protection is a behavior, not a chromosome. I love that.
Yep.
So, that's really. Did you hit your goal today? Are you done for the day, or are we coming back later?
We have the podcast later. I did not hit my goal, but I have to take my dad food shopping because
Kiara! That scared me. I'm not gonna lie, I have never had that gift dropped in my live before. My heart just fell into my butthole, Kiara. I had no idea what sound was happening in my ear. That scared me so bad.
that was not $500, $150. But yes, that was WPR, 100%.
Holy
Thank you
crap,
so much,
that
my
scared
sister
me.
Kyria.
Oh.
And thank you, my sister Ina, for giving me this chance in your panel.
Freaking W.
May Allah protect all. I hope to tell your followers about my situation if you give me this chance, my sister.
We got you, Abood. La Luna says she only dropped one on my screen, just so you know. So W Kiara for all the gifts though. I'm telling you, guys, Kiara is literally fucking heaven sent. If you guys are sleeping on Kiara, stop it. Not only is she so smart, I've had like back end conversations with Kiara in like lovely places like Discord, with groups of our friends. Kiara is so smart. She is so beautiful on the inside and out. Her child is the smartest like toddler I've ever come across in my entire life. And she is just literally like heaven fucking sent when it comes to just like helping people in need. She is single-handedly closing down fundraisers. Shorn's done it too. Shorn also gets his fucking flowers because Shorn has donated a lot to this community. Earl has donated a lot to this community. Right? Like Leslie, like all of you guys help us keep coming to you guys every single day, and the fact that we mean so much to you guys, that you help us in the way that you do to ensure that we can just be a voice in a phone, a person living in your phone for you guys. Like, I will never be able to put into proper words how much you guys have changed my life and how much you guys mean to me. So I just want you guys to know that. I love you guys just a lot. Just a lot. Hi, James. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah,
Can I have your age for TikTok?
53,
What state are you from?
California.
Cool, cool. I have some subjects up top, or we can talk about current events. What tickles your fancy? Hi, Hector. I saw you come in here.
Well, I'm worried about your health
Why are you worried about my health? I'm just sick right now.
because you're an obese, fat cunt.
Fuck
you're
you.
a liberal bitch.
Damn, James, crash out. Go ahead.
Yeah, fuck you, you whore, you communist whore. Go suck a Chinaman's dick, you bitches.
No, how cute.
Oh, God, don't make me laugh. It hurts my chest cold. I can't. He said, I'm worried about your health. Me too, man. I think these allergies might take me the fuck out. W. Kiara again for the Leon and Lily. W. Kiara. Oh, man. James sat patiently in the queue for like 5 whole minutes to do that, chat. I want you guys to just recognize. So, guys, I understand that you guys are worried about me because I've been clinging on to this cold for the better part of a week. Oh, W. Kiara for the whale diving. So here's the thing. I already have an insanely weakened immune system because I did not treat my body very well in high school. I was bulimic. That bulimia led to me being a very unhealthy weight, which weakened my immune system, which led to my lung collapsing, which ultimately played into my asthma issues because asthma is something I developed after catching COVID twice. And so, yeah, so I've never been the healthiest child or even like grown adult, right? So my body clings to illnesses and just holds on to them. So I'm going to be sick for probably the next week and a half, right? Because right now what's happening is I have a mixture of allergies from everyone cutting their grass, doing their summertime thing, and the fact that my petri dish of a child just went back to school. W. Kiara for the leopard. So I literally just sent a toddler into a science experiment. I'm gonna be sick. It's just gonna happen. Okay, so yeah. I'm working on getting my health insurance back because my inhalers are not working, the way that they used to work. So I think, I need something else. I'm also investing in flavored toothpicks, so that way I can hopefully stop vaping, because as you guys know, these don't have nicotine in them anymore. I've been off nicotine since Thanksgiving, but now I need to get off the vape as a whole. So, Geeky Ray W bread. But yeah, so I'm hoping these flavored toothpicks will work. If anybody has used flavored toothpicks and knows a good brand, like, please let me know. Have you tried a nebulizer for breathing? I want to try one. I have to first get a doctor to give me a nebulizer. Oh, sure. James is fine. He's harmless. I ain't worried about him. Thank you, though, for asking. Are vapes addictive on their own? I've never heard of that, but don't smoke. Yes, because they taste really good, right? That's the problem right now. Is like there's no nicotine or anything in this little thing right now, but it tastes so fucking good. And it's just no good for my lungs. Bye, Jess! Jess must have gotten raptured. Alright, guys. Holy shit. Kiara. W fucking Kiara. Hi, Orbital. Are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not a Trump supporter, but there are some stuff in the prompt that I don't agree with.
Okay, great. Can I have your age for TikTok?
I'm 38.
Beautiful. What state are you from?
Missouri.
Okay, so I got some subjects up top. Which one brings you up?
Okay, so LGBT in schools. I believe that LGBT history should be taught. I don't think pre-K people and stuff should be doing LGBTQ stuff.
What do you think we mean by LGBTQ stuff, like LGBTQIA stuff? What do you think we would be teaching children?
Well, just simply like some of the books, like stating that people have certain parents, stuff like that.
And you're against that?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
So what we know, right, is like that there's representation for straight people, for cis families all over the place, right? Because like you're not going to go advocate for a kindergarten teacher to stop reading to her kindergartners, right? Did you just get raptured?
No, I'm not raptured. I'm here.
Can you come back in the same zip code as your phone?
What do you mean?
There you go. You sounded hella far away. Like, it sounded like you just, like, chucked your phone and were like, hey, I'm here.
Oh, sorry about that.
I was like, hello? Like, what?
Yeah, no, like I'm not anti-book or anything like that.
No,
I'm the same way
right.
with
I know that.
Christianity.
Like,
I don't believe Christianity should be in school.
well, Christianity isn't in school, and it shouldn't be in school because we have separation of religion and state, right? But when it comes, so religion, however, is a choice that you make. You don't have to be religious, right? Being a part of the LGBTQIA community is not a choice that you make. It's just who you are. So unless we're going to advocate to stop reading to kindergartners, right? There's no problem in having books in school where the parents just happen to be two dads or even grandparents, right? So like let's say like we're teaching family week. We have all of the students draw their families, and my son draws his mom and his dad and our 2 dogs and our 5 cats and our fucking all of our farm animals, right? But his best friend draws her 2 moms and their pet ferret. And the kid who sits next to him draws his grandma and his grandpa. And then so when my son goes, why did he draw his grandma and his grandpa? The teacher goes, well, because some kids live with their grandma and grandpa. Well, why does Veronica have 2 moms? Well, because some kids just have 2 moms. The more we normalize this thing, right, the better off the entire like community will be, because what we know is hate comes from fear, and fear is from lack of understanding. So like there are cis people in the world who just could never fathom being a gay person or a transgender person. And so it's not that they hate them because they exist, they hate them because they're scared. But maybe if we just taught them that these people are just people living their lives, it's not a boogeyman, they're not contagious, they're not going to hurt you, they would hate them less or not at all. And then people in society could just be.
But that's not the case. That doesn't happen. Like, I get where you're coming from.
What do you mean it doesn't
but...
happen?
Okay, so I'm in America, but I'm not from America. I'm from a different country, and we teach LGBT studies in school.
What country?
But yet, our
country?
Me?
Yeah, what country are you from?
I'm from France.
Okay. Go ahead, continue.
But we still have a huge amount of bullying in school, even though we teach this stuff. So I see what you're saying, but normalizing doesn't change the perspective of everyday life.
Right, so what I'm saying is, right, so that bullying happens because those children hear the things that their parents say and do, right? So if their parents are homophobic and transphobic, then like those kids are gonna exude homophobic and transphobic tendencies. What I'm talking about is but if we start teaching this and the generations grow up and they continue to grow up and they continue to grow up, all of those people who have this fear and this hatred that I talked about are eventually gonna die. They're no longer going to be here anymore. And then LGBTQIA will be normalized and people won't care anymore the way that they shouldn't care now. You fighting against this is saying this is a problem right now. I don't want the solution because the solution's going to take too long, but I don't have a better solution.
Oh, I'm not fighting against it. Like, I don't.
You literally came up here and said that we should not read books to children that have gay parents.
I don't believe that it should be taught in school. But I am pro LGBT. Like,
so how do we normalize it? How do we normalize it? Where do kids spend the majority of their time?
It's 2026. TikTok, YouTube.
Where do kids spend the majority of their time?
They spend a lot of time at school, but they do spend a lot of time on their phones.
Depending on what age, right? My 4-year-old doesn't spend time on any phone.
I guess if you're taking like super young kids.
Well, I would want him to be, if I had a partner who happened to be a woman, I would want my son to be able to go to school and draw a picture of me and his other mom and our 3 cats and our 2 dogs and our whatever, and for that to be normal. I would want that to be normal.
Even Miss Rachel preaches this stuff, and
Is Orbital
I'm
part
sure your
of the
kid watches Miss Rachel.
LGBTQIA community? Orbital, are you part of the LGBTQIA community?
Yeah, I am.
So why are you advocating for
I think
us
you have
to not
some
be normalized?
internal homophobia you need to figure out.
No, it's not homophobia to say that we should focus on science, math, history.
Who's taking away from those things? No one's advocating to take science
Especially
out.
when America's
Stop it.
science, math, and history is extremely bad.
Orbital, stop. Nobody is saying take history out of schools and replace it with LGBTQIA feelings. Like, nobody's saying that.
Well, stating that it shouldn't be in schools doesn't mean somebody's homophobic.
You are advocating against the thing that would help homophobia and transphobia eventually disappear.
I just told you that's not the case in
That's
other
exactly
countries
what you're doing.
where they teach this
100%
But
then we agreed.
time.
But then we agreed if those people didn't exist anymore, if those people with their bias and their hatred, they didn't exist anymore, we taught this in school, we normalized it, the people growing up, that hatred would be gone, right? We agreed to that.
Yeah.
So
but
again, Orbital, listen to me. You are advocating against the solution without replacing the solution. What is your solution?
like I said, vote in laws that help LGBT more than, hey, let's put a book on the table. And hopefully 30, 40, 50 years from now, LGBT people would have the rights that they need.
Hold on, we're not talking about rights. I agree. Legislation needs to be written that gives everybody in the LGBTQIA community equal rights as everybody else. I agree laws should be written that give people of color equal rights as everybody else. We're not talking about rights. We're talking about normalizing a thing. Don't move the goalposts now. What is your solution to making the LGBTQIA community so normalized that people stop fearing it, which makes them stop hating it?
Like I said, legislation.
What legislation would you write?
Education.
It's illegal
Stuff
now
like
to
that.
hate the gays. Be so for real. What legislation would you write? Give me an example.
That's the full help.
Give me an example. What legislation would you write that normalizes LGBTQIA communities?
Like legislation that's anti-discrimination and stuff like
We
that.
already have anti-discrimination laws. What do you mean?
Very few. America does not have as many anti-discrimination LGBT laws.
So hold on,
as
chat.
other
I want you to hear what
countries.
Orbital is saying. Orbital is saying that we should expand on anti-discrimination laws, right? In order to make it to where LGBTQIA members can't be discriminated against. But if a kindergarten teacher chooses to pick up a book with two dads in it, this person wants them to not be allowed to read that to their classroom. Is that not discrimination?
No.
How is it not?
Reading a book isn't discrimination.
How are they not discriminating against that book? How is the school not discriminating against that book? If I can read, so two exact books are written, okay? The exact same book, words wise. Completely child appropriate, teaches kids about their feelings and how to communicate with their parents. One book has cis parents in it. The other book has a gay couple in it. What's the difference? Why wouldn't you pick up the book with the gay couple?
See, but you're focusing on the gay couple. You're using the gay couple as a freaking scapegoat, and a lot of gay people are.
Bye, Orbital. Wild work, chat. Hi, Matt. Are you
Hi.
a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I voted for Trump 3 times.
Cool. Can I have your age for TikTok?
I'm 29 from the state of New York.
Cool. So I got subjects up talk, or we talking about current events? What tickles your fancy?
I mean, I don't think every Republican's a hypocrite. I personally think my vote doesn't really matter jack shit, and that both parties are honestly corrupt as you know what.
So what if I could prove your hypocrisy live right in front of 170 people right now?
Sure, I'm all game for it.
Cool.
I mean,
have you heard of Eric Swalwell?
Yeah, if I remember right, he was a Democrat from California.
Yep.
Ran for governor.
Nope, he was running for governor, and then credible allegations of him sexually harassing women came out. So what did the Democratic Party do?
They kicked him out.
Right. You hear about Graham Plattner?
Oh yeah, the guy with the Nazi tattoo that the Democrats didn't bother to vet.
Credible allegations came out about him sexually assaulting women. So what happened? What did the Democrats
It
do?
took didn't it take 4 or 5 attempts before you guys finally kicked him out though?
Nope, didn't take 4 or 5 attempts. As soon as sexual assault allegations
didn't they
came out.
didn't they prove that he had a Nazi tattoo and he knew about it and you guys still made him
Nope,
pushed him forward
That's
until
actually not what
the
happened. That's actually not what happened at all. So he had a tattoo that he got when he was in a different country, that him and a bunch of his buddies got whenever they were drunk one night, because all we could do is go off of like what he says, right? None of us were there. So he got this tattoo. When it was pointed out during his race that it was a Nazi tattoo, he covered it up. And he immediately reacted to that, covered it up, and apologized, right? So even though at that point Graham had lost my support personally, because I was like, I don't really know how much of the story I believe, he still ran. But as soon as sexual assault allegations came out, what did the Democratic Party do, Matt?
Yeah, but
What did they do, Matt?
you guys still
just
kicked
answer
him
the
out,
question.
but
Matt, just answer the question.
I'm answering your question.
We're trying to
They
prove
still
your
kicked him out, but it
hypocrisy.
still took 2 women
They kicked him out. Great.
It still took 2 women to do it though.
Matt, who's Max Miller?
Max Miller, not even crossed my mind on that one.
Interesting. Max Miller is a Republican congressperson sitting in office right now who is running for re-election.
Really? What state?
Ohio. Who's been credibly accused of pouring boiling hot water on his wife's chest, breaking his 2-year-old's clavicle, posting a picture of his naked 2-year-old on the internet, holding a gun to his ex-wife's head, and abusing 2 of his ex-girlfriends. And what did the Republican Party do?
To be honest, I've never heard of the guy, so I really don't know.
Right, because you don't care. Hypocrisy.
I'm more of a sports guy, not a political guy. But
You voted for a rapist. Hypocrisy.
I voted for Trump because I live
Who's
in a blue
rapist?
state.
Who's a rapist?
Let me finish for a sec here. Let me finish, and I'll give you a second.
Rapist.
I live in a blue state, and by 9
So you voted
o'clock,
for a
I'm already a blue state. I could vote for Mickey Mouse, and I'd still be labeled a racist for whatever.
No, not racist. I'm not saying you're a racist. Donald Trump was found civilly liable, which means responsible for forcibly and deliberately penetrating a woman against her will. You voted for a rapist.
My point is, I could still vote for Mickey Mouse, and
So
my
guys,
vote still wouldn't mean jack
put
shit.
a 1 in the chat if we just proved Matt's hypocrisy here in real fucking time, and now he's just trying to like backpedal real quick.
You're missing the point
Or
here.
put a 2
for a
in the
second.
chat if he's not a hypocrite. No, I'm not missing the point. I'm not missing the point.
No,
at all
you're
because-
missing the point
Matt,
here for a sec.
I'm not missing the point at all because I literally believe in like getting rid of the electoral college and putting each individual vote back in the hands of each individual person, which is why I'm a democratic socialist, because they believe in ranked choice voting. You voted for a rapist, but called for 2 men who had allegations against them to get the fuck out, and we did that. We kicked them the fuck out. You also don't know about other abusers in your party. You are a hypocrite. Period.
To be fair, I really don't pay attention to politics.
Well, that sounds like a whole personal problem. So why would you join a political live?
Let me ask you a question here.
Why would you join a political live and want to talk about politics when you know nothing?
Because I want to ask the political question of the day. The political question of the day I want to ask is simple. Why do you guys want to protest ice? Ice is frozen water. It's not how can ice grow limbs? How is ice a killing Gestapo if it's frozen water?
Dumb. Oh, silly. Absolutely silly. How are you gonna protest frozen water? I'm so funny. What? Hi, Silver. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, not so much, but yeah.
Can I have your age for TikTok?
I'm 31,
What state are you from?
Jersey.
Alrighty, I've got some subjects up top, or we can talk about current events. What tickles your fancy?
Well, abortions, AB.
Okay, so
They don't tickle fancy, but it's a problem. I don't think it's healthcare.
Silver, where's a woman's uvula?
It's located generally around the genitalia area.
Wrong. Wrong. So wrong. Where is your uvula?
Wait, the uvula or your like? What are
I
you
fucking
talking
hate it
about?
here.
The hangy ball? Where's your thyroid gland? Because it's not working. Where is that? Where is your thyroid? Where is the thing that like burns all of your like extra
Guys, I want you
things?
guys to recognize this kid just realized that he sounded so silly, so he had to devolve to insulting me because he was wrong, because he wasn't
No,
smart.
you're asking unrelated questions, so I'm gonna ask another unrelated question.
I'm not
Where's
asking
your
an unrelated
thyroid
question.
gland?
If you don't understand women's anatomy, let alone your own anatomy, why should you have
Excuse
any
me.
say in what women do with their
Excuse me,
bodies?
because
Brother,
babies don't
make it
understand.
make fucking
Babies don't
sense.
understand anything. Because babies don't understand anything. They have a right to learn. So let them learn. Don't cut their heads off. Stop cutting babies'
Nobody
heads
does
off.
that. Nobody
Don't
does
cut
that.
babies' heads
Stop,
off. They're
Silver.
just babies.
Stop. According to the Supreme Court, when does a person gain? When does a human being gain personhood?
It's not about personhood. To your
You want to call it a baby, but you don't want to call it a person. Make it make fucking sense. Bye, Silver. Hi, Peaceful. Are you a Trump supporter?
Absolutely not.
Thank fuck. Where'd you
Oh.
expat off to?
Canada. I married a
do you like
Canadian,
it?
and I've been. I do. I am also an Indiana voter as well. I used to live in Fort Wayne,
Hey, W.
so it's unfortunate that it's a red state, but it is what it is.
It's okay. We've thought about making our way up to Canada, to be fair. Maybe we'll be neighbors again.
Yeah, we could use a few people, especially nurses, doctors, professionals.
I'm a CNA.
Oh, come on up.
Hey.
My wife works. My wife's the director of a private health company. We'll get you a job.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, yeah, you know what? I don't have any problems with the LGBTQ stuff in schools. People are going to come into society and have to live real lives, and they should have the knowledge to live real life. We can throw personal finance into schools too. And I agree. The great thing about here is that a woman's right to choose. Coast to coast to coast in Canada, that is not a question. I go an hour south and I'm in North Dakota, and I see all those anti-abortion ads and fetuses and all that disgusting shit. Horrible. Now, the one thing that I don't understand, and I don't come off the wrong way, maybe I'm just an old Gen Xer, but it's all men till it's no men. I don't get that. Can you explain?
Yeah, give me just 2 seconds here. So it's all men till it's no men is basically saying that, like, right now we live in a world where unfortunately men are the number one perpetrators of violence around the world, whether that be towards men or women or everybody in between. They just are, right? And also they benefit the most from the patriarchy. So we're not saying that like good men don't exist, but until those men start like dismantling the patriarchy alongside us and holding bad men accountable for their actions, it's going to be all men till it's no men.
Okay, I get that, and I understand, and yep, that's fair.
Yep.
And then
Shorn, can you come up for a second, run the show for 2 seconds? I have to go do something outside of the room for just a second. Sorry, I hear my son, and I've got to go deal with a thing real quick. All right. I will BRB just 2 seconds, chat.
And maybe I've been gone for too long, but I'm not sure what the DSA means.
Hang on 1 second.
Sure, no
My
problem.
headphones are not working. 1 second, chat. There we go. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know why my headphones are not working. Sorry. I was not prepared to come up here.
The technology is great when it works, man.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, chat, let's keep tapping the screen, sharing out the live, sending your daily heart me if you haven't already. If you could, please contribute to Amabood, who's in the bottom there. She can use all the help that she can get. WKRA for all that she's donated so far. disagree with the background, and you are above the age. I don't know what your age limit is on here, so we'll say 18, probably 21. Request on up. The host will be right back. Sorry, moving upstairs now.
I don't know how you guys do it every single day with that man as president.
Oh, so sorry
It's
about
a
that,
lot.
chat. Sorry, I've got a 4-year-old and he's a lot sometimes. I had to go
Don't
rescue
talk
his
about me
dad
like
for a
that.
minute. Oh. Be nice to your dad. All right,
You're
Short.
fine.
I'm gonna drop you back down. Thank you so much for covering for me. I appreciate you.
No worries.
I was trying to figure out the DSA. Maybe I've been gone from the country too long. I don't know what that is.
So the DSA is the Democratic Socialists of America. They're actually making a pretty big movement across all of the United States. We've had numerous DSA candidates and progressives win their primaries this year and win special elections all last year.
Would you consider the Abdul Assaid?
No.
Part of that? No.
Abdul Al Sayed says that he's
Sayed,
not
sorry.
he's not a DSA person because he believes in capitalism. But he does share a lot of the same like values, like Medicare for all, taxing the rich, etc. So
My parents live in. My brother and they all live in Metro Detroit. So yeah. So I was curious.
all right, peace.
So
Well,
how?
I'm gonna drop you back down because there's someone else in the
Sure.
queue. But you
Sure,
have a
go
great
ahead.
day, okay?
You too. You too.
Jess, thank you so much for coming up. Shorn came up and had my back. I had to go deal with something real quick.
Oh, okay. All right. You don't
Thank
need
you.
me.
I love
Okay,
you.
love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, well, the other guy in the queue is gone. So I did just tell my husband I was going to finish up that conversation and get out of here. So, guys, right now is your last chance to donate to Abood. Specifically, hopefully everything we've done has helped Abood immensely today. Abood, I love you so much, and I hope you are well. So yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here for the day, chat. We'll be back for our regularly scheduled programming tomorrow when Jax is at school. Chicky, this grass outfit's fucking hilarious, and I'm here for it. Oh, Chicky, now that you're here, tell the people who's on this mug before I leave. Before I leave, chat, because earlier nobody knew who was on my mug. Who's on my mug, guys? Oh, Left Jess. Guys, follow Left Jess. They have their podcast tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lythine is the only one who knew who our Lord and Savior Matt Mercer is. It's Matt Mercer.
I was like, does she have a freaking Luigi? And then it finally focused, and it's like, why is Matt there? You know what? Yes.
Our Lord and Savior Matt Mercer. I'll have no slander here.
I love it. I love that mug so much. Matt Jesus.
Someone said, is that Josh from With Honors? I'm gonna die. I too would drink from Matt Mercer. W. Lythine.
I've been adding grass things to this damn thing until it's fully covered.
Let's see if there's anyone here to raid, guys.
I think Krista's still alive.
Absolutely. Everyone go Crystal raid right fucking now. I'll see you guys there. Bye, YouTube.
Matt Mercer. Bye.
Bye. So YouTube, Twitch, I'm so sorry. I'm getting better at trying to keep up with the two chats that are going, but I'm really bad at it. So I don't want you guys to know that I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you. It's something that this is kind of new for me, the dual streaming thing. But thank you for being here. We will be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for some maga hunting. But yes, we are primarily on TikTok right now. Thank you guys for hanging out.